Like, what are we doing?
Corey Graves, the ignorant slut. Cannot pronounce the word coup de grace. He says coup de grace.
Welcome back to This is a Takeover. My name is David Hensley. I'm the owner and creative director of Long Walk Productions, and I am here to introduce your host, Shelby Ray Patterson.
Thank you, David, and welcome to Charlotte's only female-led NXT-focused wrestling podcast. This is a Takeover. And with me, as always, is my tag team partner on the show and in life,
That's about right.
Gina Belmont.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
How you doing, girl?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good, and hearing Shelby Ray Patterson is still weird.
She got married, y'all.
I did.
She got married.
It was a great wedding. It was super fun. It was definitely not what we expected, but
Hey.
everybody involved made it so great, and we are grateful and appreciative. So, it's still funny because I am Shelby Ray at work.
Yes.
Still,
I'm
because
sure. For a while, too.
I mean, there's a lot of paperwork. Everyone out there who has gotten married and has decided to change their name, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And there's a lot of stuff that you have to do before you are officially your new name.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So work, we just moved into a new building, and I walked up to my office, which, yay, I have an office, which is great.
It's a very pretty office,
It is.
too.
It's very nice. I was in a cubicle before that, and now I got upgraded to an office, which is great. But I walk up, and it says Shelby Ray on it, and for a second, I was like, oh, me. Oh, wait, that's kind of me. Half
And, like,
me.
1 week it won't be me.
Right. No, I had already gotten...
Oh, yeah, then yeah.
Yeah, the wedding had already happened.
Aw, womp
I mean,
womp.
it's 2/3 of you.
It is. See, that's what I mean. It's still me. I just haven't added the third part yet.
Yeah.
Legally.
Yeah.
But yes, I am Shelby Ray Patterson now, which is great. But yeah, how are you doing, Gina?
I'm good.
Yeah?
I'm good. Work is crazy, as always. I mean, preschool. Yeah.
Preschool during a
Yeah,
pandemic.
preschool during a pandemic is...
No, you mean you're teaching preschool and you're not in preschool, right?
No. Thank you. Yes, to the listeners at home, I am not in preschool.
Okay,
I am
all
a
right.
teaching assistant at a preschool.
It does sound like a very well-versed preschooler if you are.
My IQ is amazing.
You're a prodigy, they say.
Also, should definitely not be drinking alcohol right now if I'm in preschool.
If you're in preschool, I mean... I doubt we have any preschoolers listening, so hopefully they won't be, you're not impressionable towards them.
I have a feeling not a lot of my preschoolers are watching NXT or
I would
anything
hope not.
related to that.
I mean, after this last pay-per-view,
Let's be honest. All of our preschool listeners have been tuning into the Quentin Tarantino episodes of A Long Walk Talks.
You right.
that's it.
Obviously.
Those are those are your listeners mostly, right?
Oh,
Preschoolers?
just babies. Infants, in fact. Like, even in the womb, they're hearing this.
They're like, oh, I love David's voice. It's so great.
And speaking of listeners, before I forget to do this again, hey, Switzerland and Ghana listeners,
Hey!
hit me up. I haven't heard anything yet. Really
Woohoo!
looking forward to hearing from you.
So what you're saying is it's our show that they listen to.
It's got to be at this point, right?
Yeah, because the other two shows have happened and you
Yeah.
haven't heard anything from anybody.
Oh, man.
So international listeners, please email me, david.longwalk@gmail.com.
Which I
Is it
think
Cesaro?
Oh my god.
Is it Cesaro?
He's not in Switzerland.
No,
though.
but I mean, I'm sure all of his stuff is based off of like an IP address. Like, what if?
That would be your dream, wouldn't it?
It would. I love
That's your other husband,
Y'all,
right?
I love me some Cesaro. I love that beautiful man.
Who doesn't?
He's a dork, and he's smart, and he's handsome. He's just lovely. He's just a lovely human being.
If only he was on NXT, then the whole everything would be right with the world.
Oh my gosh. No, nah. I'm torn, but that's for another day's discussion.
That's another podcast.
That's another podcast that we can talk about that
we
later.
can come up with a new idea for a new podcast.
Just
should
ramblings of Gina and Shelby.
Well, no, who should be on NXT who are on Raw and SmackDown?
Yeah. Ooh, maybe we could have a special episode on that.
I mean, that could be a whole hour's worth.
That's some chicanery right there.
Speaking of chicanery.
There's so much chicanery. Chicanery?
No, that's another word.
Yeah.
That means something else.
Chicanery.
Yeah. Well, first, before we get into it, I want to highlight what we're drinking today because we're back in the studio.
Whoop, whoop.
Also, we are fine.
Yes.
We beat COVID. We kicked its ass.
Woo!
And
I guess we should have. Yeah.
we should have said that at the beginning.
We totally did. Oops. Yeah. Hey guys, we're alive. What's up?
I feel like they knew that just by the fact that we're talking into the mics right now.
Valid.
That we're alive.
Valid.
But
And also, Gina can hear me this time.
yes, I can.
that was so
That was so
sad.
awkward. I'm so sorry, listeners.
Like,
that was so awkward.
he was in the middle of a joke.
I
and
know.
You, were like,
You know I
David,
love some David jokes.
I can't hear you, David.
David.
Completely ruining my flow.
I'm sorry.
And then he had to repeat the joke and explain it.
And then I still didn't hear it.
You still didn't hear it. So and
hear
then
a
I
word.
had to repeat it for him.
Oh,
it was,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was, so for those of you, if you didn't catch that, when we were doing our, it was through FaceTime
yes.
that we were doing that, which, I mean, normally we don't do that.
No,
but,
no. Normally it's some other outlet like Skype
Poor
or...
Gina's phone is apparently too old and
Ooh.
can't do group FaceTime calls
Look.
very well.
6S should not be that old. And yet,
I mean,
it is that old.
the latest is an 11. Yeah. So
Look, I'm a teacher assistant.
it's fine. It's fine. No, we're not judging you at all. It's fine. So, okay, so we're back in studio.
Well, we're drinking.
We are drinking. Yes.
We're drinking.
If you can't tell already by our
Hey.
thought process. So there's this awesome bottle shop that is right across the street from David's studio. It's off of Main Street in Rock Hill. What is the official name of it, David?
Main Street Bottle Shop.
Main Street Bottle Shop. And
Perfectly aptly named.
Yes, and we said the last time
That we were
that
going
we
to do
were
it.
in studio that we were going to do that, and then the next time we recorded, we both were sick.
We had the COVID.
Yes. So this time we did it.
We did
and
it.
I think it's going to be a new tradition
Absolutely.
because it's super cute in there.
It is.
You walk in and
Lots of selection.
yeah, I mean the one side has like all of the regular beers, and then you have a cooler with all the cold stuff in it.
Yep.
So Gina, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking please forgive me if there's anyone out there who really knows alcohol.
Oh, but wait, this is like our brand though that we butcher shit.
Yes.
So it's fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Kriek, it's Kriek. I feel like I just have to
Kriek?
Kriek, I guess, because I'm the one who gets on other people's asses for not pronouncing things. So I'm just making a disclaimer.
Ignorant slut.
Ding. Disclaimer. That it is a Kriek sour anniversary ale. It's called 6.5-ish.
Oh, and that is because that is the percentage of alcohol?
That indeed seems to be ale by volume. Yep.
It's a sour?
It is a sour. It is
Okay.
a sour.
So Shelby wouldn't like it.
No, you would not at all. But it is from Unknown Brewery.
Oh, very cool.
I
So
didn't
local.
realize that. So the Unknown Brewing Company. So
Oh, yay.
shout out.
Shout out to local Charlotte Brewery.
Whoop whoop.
Okay, so mine is a hard seltzer from Florida Seltzer. Untitled Art.
Ooh,
And it is a blood orange pomegranate hard seltzer, and it is tasty.
that
It
sounds
is
lovely.
so tasty. And David, what are you drinking?
David.
I'm drinking a John Beer American Wheat Ale. It's, according to the description on the can, beer-flavored beer with spelt wheat and two-row barley. Pairs well with the sun.
Oh, because you
Brewed-
eat the sun.
Yeah, brewed in Charleston.
Oh, very cool.
So,
Beer flavored beer. What a concept.
Yeah.
I don't see what else you would need from your beer.
and it's pretty good, too.
Oh, good. So I'm glad all of ours actually are good.
Yeah.
So that way we can
this
say
other
that
can that you have here, though, David, looks really good, too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I have a backup beer in case I drink all this one during the podcast.
You know what? For a second, I thought you bought that for Katie
I know. I was
to
sitting there
bring
like,
back
yeah.
to her, but now it makes more sense.
Yeah, no, this is my backup beer.
Got it. Okay.
This is a Lo-Fi Brewing Blueberry Wheat.
Lo-fi is great.
With a great unicorn on the front.
Yep, it's got a unicorn on there. I like the fruity wheat beers.
Yeah, I almost did get that. I was close to getting that one, but
I'm getting better with my fruit
Yeah.
things. Used to be, I would like, just give me the dry shit.
yeah,
and
that's you constantly.
That with beer, with wine,
With wine.
liquor, with everything. And now I'm like, oh, cool, fruity stuff. Also helps that Ted really likes fruity stuff.
Yes,
So,
mead.
well, I can't do
No,
that.
yeah.
He tried that on our first trip to Ren Fair, and that did not work.
No, that did not work at all.
He was like,
for
"You like wine, right? Here."
that's
And
that's
my
not
sister
the
and I
same
were
thing.
just like, "It's great." Yay! It's our first one.
Sorry, y'all.
I might have to start looping that into the theme song.
Oh yes. Also, that theme.
that theme. It's perfect. David.
We squealed like little girls.
Oh, absolutely. So this is the first time you listeners are hearing it, and we just heard it for the first time, and it was amazing.
Also, I applauded David when we were off mic because I'm pretty sure that is my favorite sentence I've ever uttered in my entire life, and I'm so happy that you immortalized it in our theme.
Yes.
So I appreciate it.
You are welcome.
I was hoping, I was telling her, I was like, ignorant slut has to be somewhere involved in
It
this.
has to be.
Has to be.
Because, like, what else are you known for on this podcast?
Ignorant slut.
You helped create one of the segments.
Yep. Oh my
So,
gosh.
Yeah.
And look,
We'll get to that at the end. Those are for the
y'all
end.
can't see my face, but it's going to be rough.
She's
when we
upset,
get
but it's fine. We'll power
there. We'll
through
get
it.
there. We'll get there.
So,
So anyway, the beginning.
Yes.
A very good place to start.
So, this takeover, we weren't sure what the name was going to be.
No.
Because they did not tell us until the week before what the name was going to be. And so, usually, for people listening at home, which I was thinking about this the other day, you know how dogs and Chris have true believers? Mm-hmm. I feel like we need to have something.
Yeah.
Like, David, do you guys have something to call your listeners, or do you just call them the listeners?
I just call them the listeners. And also, like, those 5 people. That's mostly what I call them.
Oh my gosh.
Stop
you have
it.
more than 5 people.
It's hard to tell, but
Well, because
yeah,
you have
as far
3
as
shows on one network.
yeah,
So.
as far as downloads go week to week, it's this show, and then This Is a Work, and then Long Walk Talks.
Gotcha.
All right.
Hey, but 5 people is 5 people. Like, they listen.
Yeah.
But, okay, I don't know. Well, we don't have to come up with that now, but I
Yeah.
thought that
Or
would be...
maybe if you have some suggestions, you can send them in to David. And hang on. Long Walk Productions.
Yes, David.Longwalk at gmail.com. Hit me up.
Yeah, send those name suggestions in, because I would love to...
Switzerland? Ghana? You there?
Hello?
I'm going to at you guys.
We're going to just at the whole country of Switzerland.
All of Switzerland
So-
and all of Ghana.
We have gotten so far off topic.
It's fine.
Already. It's fine.
NXT Takeover.
Yes.
And the name.
So usually if you watch NXT regularly and you watch the takeovers, you know that
Oh, I do that.
they are, yeah, me too. They are normally named after the location.
Well.
Because unlike the other wrestling pay-per-views, they don't normally have like fun names.
Yeah.
Like War Games, I think, is really the only one that they have that is a specific name. So usually, like, so it was going to be Takeover Tampa, Takeover Portland, Takeover Toronto.
There was going to be a Boston one, right?
Yeah, that was supposed
Boston.
to be the last one.
Yeah.
The one that they ended up calling Takeover 30. So a week or about 2 weeks before, when they started showing promotional art for this one, it was just NXT Takeover.
Yep.
And that's it. And I'm like, okay,
But we-
I mean, we can't call it Takeover Full Sail because
Then
or
that'd be
Takeover Orlando.
Pirate theme again.
Right, because we kind of already did that.
Yeah.
And also they are there every single week, so it's not
Yeah.
like anything super special.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, so maybe they'll just call it Takeover, that's fine. The Wednesday before, so obviously they were coming in
They were
hot on this one.
Figuring stuff out.
Right. They announced that the title was Takeover 31.
Brilliant.
Which, I mean, I even joked around.
You
I
did.
said,
You did.
There's no way that they're going to call it 31 because
You
31
did.
is an insignificant number, and they just did Takeover 30. So there's no way that they're going to do Takeover 31. And what did they do?
Exactly what
They
you
did
said.
exactly what I said not to do.
Yep. Exactly what you said.
But hey, I don't know. It's fine.
mean, hey.
It ended up being a really, really good pay-per-view, so I'm not mad at it
Absolutely.
at all.
And somebody is listening because, and we can talk about
They
that.
are.
Because somebody is definitely up there listening to us. Shout out to whoever you are. Thanks.
I love how we say up there like it's
Wherever. The ether.
it's Jesus. Like,
Lord.
are you listening?
Thank you, Father.
But yeah, so they call it Takeover 30, and It's super cool.
31.
Sorry, Takeover 31. And so it opens up and it's like looks really different.
Yes.
And you don't realize it until all the lights come up. Because like nowadays with like hardly anybody in the crowd, they can get away with like seizure-inducing pyro.
Oh yeah, all of the strobe effects, all of the bright lights, all of the lasers going everywhere.
And I'm just like, I mean, for NXT, there are still people who are present, unlike Thunderdome where there's like nobody there except for the screens.
Yep.
Like there's still people there and there's all these strobe lights, but so they do all that. And then you see screens all the way around the ring that are lit up with the NXT logo. And then you see the Thunderdome screens pop up and I lose my mind.
We both were like,
So they have Thunderdome screens now.
somebody's listening to us.
And we were like, why is this not happening? For I was about to say us, like I'm a part of the show.
We are
We
NXT.
are NXT. Stop it.
Yes.
So they have the screens and nobody knew about this. Like I've actually racked the internet after this went off the air. This was a complete surprise and shock to everyone.
Huge deal.
And I was like, how did they get these people to be on the screens? And I mean, my theory is maybe it's pre-recorded from other episodes of Raw and SmackDown, but they were still reacting like to either whoever is editing is doing a really good job.
Yes.
Or they actually like secretly invited people to this thing. Which is actually what I heard they did for the people in the crowd. And that is actually what they're going to be doing from now on for the weekly shows. So they reveal that they have the screens and they have more people in the audience and they are not at Full Sail.
No, they are at a new location.
It is called the Capitol Wrestling Center.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's still in Florida. I would imagine it would be because all of them.
And that was the original company that Vince McMahon had created.
And now they've created this new arena style place, which I mean, I don't know exactly.
We don't know
where
anything about it or where, but
I
it's
read
an undisclosed location.
It is
somewhere in the swamps of Florida.
some weird warehouse. But I read today that they're going to have fans every week now.
Nice.
Because remember, we were watching it, we were like, okay, it's more than just the roster now.
Yeah.
Because there were actually like new people that we hadn't seen before.
Yeah, because
at this point
there was definitely like this 80-year-old man out there like
for
living
sure.
his totally best life.
Which good for him. Man.
I mean, good for you.
But like I read that it's an invitation only.
Can we
To the
get that
weekly
invite?
shows.
Can we get that invite?
I mean, we do a whole show about it.
I mean, that'd be really cool. If we
that
got
would be
invite
awesome.
done.
Vince, if you're listening. Actually, no, it's not Vince.
No,
it's
it'd
Triple
be
H.
Triple
Hunter. I'm calling you by your first name.
Hunter.
If you could do that for us, that would be lovely.
Please.
Please?
Please.
Anyway. Yeah, he's definitely not listening, but it's fine.
But also, not only is it a new location, but I know we say this every time, and this is definitely the theater side for all of us, but this set was phenomenal.
So they had the X.
They had the X, the huge, awesome X in the front. But the best part was that, where the plexiglass has been all this time, they put chain link fence in front of this plexiglass to make it look like just so much more, like the atmosphere was so much more enjoyable, not just enjoyable, but you felt like, oh man, this is grungy, this is epic, like this is gonna be an all-out brawl,
Yeah.
like we're gonna go for it.
Like
it was
made
awesome.
It made it look like you were constantly in a cage match.
Yeah, no,
like you
it-
were watching a street fight.
Yeah.
that was in a cage.
Like you're walking past with your groceries and you look down and you're like, oh, they're fighting. Oh, and you can't stop watching. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
No, it's awesome.
Oh, if I had a nickel.
For every time that has happened to me, oh man.
Oh, well.
Sorry, David, you really got me with that one. But yeah, so they're doing that, and apparently with the new invitation only, which we don't know who those people who are invited are. I'm hoping they're like diehard fans.
I'm
hoping they're diehard local Floridians who are getting the opportunity to go in and be a part of it.
Yeah.
And they said people will be tested, COVID tested,
Oh.
What other tested?
I don't
did
know,
You
that's
think
what-
I was
Tested on
talking
their
about?
NXT knowledge.
That's what I was waiting. I'm like, all right, who was this winner in 99? Who was that
Like
winner?
they're sitting here with like a piece, like a paper and a pen, and you have to like fill it out
like,
like multiple
"Yeah."
choice. Also, I love how you said, "Who was this winner in 1999?"
No,
And
I know
NXT
you.
was
I knew you were gonna say it. I knew you were gonna say it. I tried to find the joke, and I knew it would happen. I know it was not 1999,
I'm
but
that bitch,
also
and I'm sorry. I know it. I know I am, and I apologize.
up my glasses here for a second. Sorry.
But so they have to test negative by the Tuesday before.
Oh, okay.
So they're doing like, I guess, rapid testing on these people, and they're doing temperature checks before they come in the building.
Nice.
And they have to sign a waiver of liability to be able to go, just in case there's an outbreak and WWE can't be liable. Which, I mean, that's smart on their effort.
Yeah.
Honestly, because, I mean, they have to cover their ass some way.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if you're going to start letting people in and start, which I don't know if AEW is doing this, because I know they're allowing people in, and they were doing it, like, a couple weeks before.
I'm not quite sure. I guess because their arena is so spread out.
And it's open air.
And it's open air. I think that they've got a few little wriggle room, kind of like...
Wriggle room?
Wriggle room.
Yeah.
Wiggle room or loopholes that they can get through and
Yeah,
jump
probably
through.
loopholes.
Yeah,
more than that.
definitely loopholes.
But yeah, I thought that was a really cool addition.
Yeah.
And it made it feel like, because it was louder,
Yes.
and they didn't have to pipe in as much pre-recorded cheers.
yeah,
which,
definitely
thank
genuine.
God,
Yeah.
I cannot stand the pre-recorded cheers and boos. Like, I can't. I'm like, don't tell me how to feel about this. Like,
You ain't the boss of me.
you're not the boss of me.
I'll do what I want.
If I want to cheer for this person and you want me to boo for them, like, that's not cool. Like,
now I'm going to do the exact opposite because you told me what to do.
because obviously that's my mentality, but whatever.
Yeah.
But
But that also came to play for a match later on for our second match, but we can get to that
oh
later.
yeah. But I
'Cause-
just I can't stand the pre-recorded
Yeah,
stuff.
definitely.
And like, I know they're trying, but
Yeah.
like some of their stuff, like the boos cut in and out sometimes.
Yeah,
and
they pick the wrong like recording to use for that time. Like
And
there was one for that they did for oh gosh, I can't remember if it was. Oh no, it was for the Randy Orton and McIntyre match because Botchamania covered that.
it cuts out?
and it cuts out, and it's
Yeah.
just a stop of the boo, and then you pause, and it just looped again. They didn't like edit it to like be. It was weird.
so
It was-
like
it
how
was no
Keith
good.
Lee's music is now.
I've gone so long not thinking about that.
I think about it a lot. It's okay. But
Any whore.
sorry, I totally didn't mean to bring you down there. Like, drink your wine
Oh, sadness.
or your sour or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say overall, like we watch all of these together.
Mm-hmm.
So I watch it, and then I always try to at least go back like the next day and,
Yeah.
and watch it and see if, okay, was
Yeah.
I wrapped up in the moment when I gave the score, or
Yeah.
like, is this a genuine 3 or whatever? And when I went back and watched it, I was still just as into it.
Yeah, I didn't go back. I said I was going to.
You
I just
usually do, I know.
yeah, I normally do. But this one I was just like, no, like what I saw was what I saw. Like I feel like, you know, I could sit there and overanalyze it. I think that our reactions were genuine. I don't think that we needed to like overanalyze anything else. I mean, I probably could have written a few more notes about specific moves and all that, but you know,
That's my
names.
job, I guess.
And you just know the names of them a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
I could literally, like one of my notes was through the leg by ear spot. What does that mean? We're
mean
gonna find out.
I mean, most of the time this show is, half the fun is Gina trying to figure out what the fuck she meant.
what did I write? Oh, we'll get to that later.
Oh,
for that.
yeah, you told me about that spot. Yeah. But so our first match of the night is for the North American title.
Yes.
So that's Damian Priest versus Johnny Gargano.
Yes.
So first off, the big thing I took away from this is that commentary is back on ringside.
commentary, which means my man, my other husband.
She has 3 at this point.
Okay. But I'd pick Wade Barrett over all
Would
of them.
you?
I think
Out of
I
all
would.
of them, you would pick Wade Barrett. You don't
Dexter
have,
Loomis and Wade Barrett together. I
you could just combine them into one Superman.
yeah,
Okay,
that'd be
sure.
great.
Well, Wade, yes.
But I'm mad at Wade, and we're going to talk about that later.
Well, Wade Barrett is back.
Yes.
But it's interesting because commentary has not been ringside since COVID hit.
Yes, it has not.
So they've been, well, first off, I thought they were imaginary for a while.
Yeah, like,
because I could not.
She was like, you know, the meme where it's Charlie from Always Sunny, and he's got the board with the red tape and whatever all over the, like, that was her. Where are they?
Was like,
where are they? We're in the vicinity. Are they?
Okay,
Like,
in my defense, you would hear them talking,
But they were
and then
not
it would
there.
cut to one person sitting at a table with a black backdrop that didn't look like they were there.
no, and of course that just drove you crazy.
It did. It drove me nuts
you mad.
because I'm like, okay, it's fine if they're not there. I understand. Beth Phoenix has 2 girls. Like
She's in her house in Asheville in the mountains.
She has been there since COVID hit, and I'm like, good on you. That
I mean,
you can,
seriously.
she commentates from Asheville
Amazing.
every single week.
Amazing internet service, whatever she has.
Seriously, because I mean, I don't know where she is in Asheville, but from the documentary I've seen,
It looks like nowhere.
it's in the mountains. Like the house is inside of a mountain. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. So that's how it was for this. Because eventually they moved to where they were on camera side. But they were far away. Like obviously commentary is usually ringside, and there's usually chicanery involved with their table at least one point during the pay-per-view. Which, oddly enough, during this one, no chicanery was involved. Kinda.
The security spot.
Yeah, but they didn't go through a table.
True.
They're-
Wait, chicanery now equals table?
Chicanery just now equals anything that happens during the match that's illegal.
Okay, I'll take that. The way you had said that, it sounded like chicanery equals table.
No, the definition has evolved over time.
Got it.
Chicanery used to just be when someone would come out, and now it's just if anything illegal happens.
I always just assumed that it was bullshit.
I mean, it's your interpretation.
Yeah.
So I was very happy to see that because I've kind of missed having a table there.
Yeah.
Like just having the presence of commentary
Yes.
there. Because they were kind of far away, but you could still see them in the camera. But now they are actually ringside. But it was strange because you had one person in the middle. So you had, I think, Vic Joseph, I think is his name.
Yep.
Really good commentator. I like him a lot.
You do like him.
But Beth and Wade were not there. But Beth hasn't always been there, which is fine.
Yeah.
But Wade has been there.
And Wade has been absent for 2 weeks.
He was absent for 2 weeks leading up to this.
I missed my man.
And we were scared. We were like, did the COVID take him? Is he okay?
Nobody said anything.
But that's the thing with WWE. That's what they've been doing. They have, if they get injured, they say that they're injured.
Yeah.
If they get COVID, they just say they are unable to compete.
Yep.
And I'm like, why can't you
Nikki
just
Cross
say
and all that whole baloney.
Which Shayna and Nia were back on TV on Raw this week.
So that means
So I don't know if that was COVID or not, because that was not 2 weeks that they were gone, if that was the case. But Nikki might have it because she's still gone.
yeah.
But anyway, so you had Vic in the middle, and then you had these 2 other people that I went back and watched it. They never said who they were.
No, and that's the thing, is that the other woman who was sitting on Vic's right, if you're facing the ring.
The Sasha Banks lookalike?
I swear it was her. I did for a while
For
there.
a hot second, I was like, did she dye her hair
It was her
back
hair.
purple?
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, she literally didn't say a word.
Yeah.
Like the other person on Vic's other side was talking like he was commentating, like maybe for another language, maybe something else, but she never opened her mouth. She stared at the monitor the whole time and was writing.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
it's weird because usually if there's anyone at the commentary table or even a side commentary table like the Spanish announce team, they will introduce them and they will have their own spot.
Maybe I'm wondering if it's like an intern thing. Like,
Maybe, but still, at least acknowledge who they are, so that way we're not sitting here 2 days later talking about who they are. Get my board back out, do the strings, and figure out who this girl is.
Who are they?
But I think overall, I mean, both Damien has grown on me.
Yes.
Because at first when he debuted, I was like, who the fuck is this dude?
Yeah.
Like, who's this rocker wannabe guy who talks like this?
And he's a real
Like,
deep voice.
But then he can wrestle, and
Yes, he can.
the man
He can lift.
is 6'7",
He's huge,
and
dude.
he can walk the ropes.
Yes.
Like he did a spot
Like it's nothing.
He did a spot with Johnny where he started at the corner and then walked 3 steps.
Three whole huge steps. Not even like not even like, you know, tiny, like they're next to each other. Like, I mean, he took sizable steps and then just, I'm pretty sure that was a flip kick into his face.
Yeah, and you know how Johnny loves his flips.
Johnny just wants to die. Johnny has a death wish.
He was better this match, though. He was better. I'm not saying he did like great with that, but he was better with it.
He was much better than the previous times where you watched the gears turning of like, oh, I could die from this.
Like, there were a few times, like, he almost fell at one point, and you were like...
I even said, I was like, Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny!
Or as Ted likes to scream it at the universe.
Johnny!
Yeah, we're not going to do it the exact volume that he does it, because, David, we respect your mics. And
your ears.
Yeah.
Viewers and listeners.
Thank you.
And David.
Yeah, and David. But also, there's a move that Damien does that I find that's so also really impressive. He does the Razor's Edge. Do you know what that move is?
Remind me just to make sure I have it right in my head.
So there was a wrestler called Razor Ramon, and he had a move that was called the Razor's Edge. And what he would do is he would lift his opponent above his head.
Oh, like when he's doing the thing where cool.
Looks
Sorry.
like he's,
that makes sense.
Because everybody at home
no
knows.
one can see what I'm doing right now, but I'm doing the move.
So listeners at home, what you just missed was Gina doing a full diagram with her arms on what
Obviously
happened.
it's this.
Because
you can see that.
Because this is, a visual medium, after all.
I'm working on it.
It's not. It's an audio one. I know what I'm talking about.
Thanks.
Don't at me, please. I've been so scared of this show.
And so he lifts up the person from behind his back.
Yeah, so they're back to back. And he lifts him up. Basically looks like he's chicken winging him, like he's underneath the arms. And he throws his opponent over his head.
Yeah, completely just
completely
goes.
Him. And they teased us with that move a few times, and he actually never did it.
He did not.
The same way that they teased us with the stairs. And I hate that shit.
The stairs.
So basically, Johnny set up a spot that never happened.
And it's so funny because, as someone who's grown to really watch and kind of, well, okay, I'll give myself some boost here. I have learned a lot through this process. I can say, oh, they about to set up their own spot. They about to do it. They're about to hurt themselves. Most of the time, if they're setting up something, writers love going, oh, wouldn't it be funny if they just fell through that thing?
What's the joke? Like Chekhov's whatever?
Yeah.
Chekhov's gun.
Chekhov's gun.
Thank you.
It's like Chekhov's table, right? Yeah. That's what they do. It's like
you Chekhov's stairs.
Yeah. They set up the table and they're like, haha, that's funny. You think you're not going through that table, but your ass is going through that table. But like they did that with the stairs and
so many times.
Well, because with the Finn Damien match that we had a couple of pay-per-views ago, they had a spot where Damien went almost through the stairs. Do you remember that?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So they set it up. He set it up to make Finn go through it. He was going to Razor's Edge him onto the stairs. And Finn reversed it and drop kicked him, and he bounced off of it.
It was a terrible sound.
It was a terrible sound.
Yep.
So they set it up like they were going to do it again, and they totally didn't do it. So I don't know if they did it just to mess with us or if someone forgot a spot and it just stayed there.
I mean, hey.
But I would prefer not to see people go through steel stairs anymore.
Yeah, I think we're done.
Yeah.
I think we're done.
Maybe they set it up and they were like, nah, man, we're doing fine.
Yeah.
We don't have to use this.
There was one moment, though, where I kind of was like, because Damian Priest is awesome. Johnny Gargano, amazing. Mm-hmm. There was one moment where we both sat there and went, and it was that kick out. Do you remember that kick out that... So Johnny was on top of Priest, and he had done about 3 kickouts at this point, back to back to back. And then finally this last one, y'all, he barely got that kick out.
I don't know if he was just tired or what.
Like,
it was like,
his foot moved about half an inch and his shoulder went like about 2 centimeters off the ground.
But Johnny sold it like he threw him across the ring. And I'm like, you know what? props to him, man.
Yeah.
Because that was probably what was supposed to happen, and his
Absolutely.
body was just like, nope,
His
we're going
body
to
was
do
like,
this.
it's not moving. It's not happening. Yeah.
Well, Io Shirai did that a few times too, and that kind of
Also,
pissed
just
me off a bit. But
quick side note, because you brought up Io Shirai, y'all, them tag teaming together for a little bit there,
yeah, so
y'all, they need to go find a room.
the week before the NXT TV before, they had Candice and Johnny
And
teaming
then
up versus
Priest and
Shirai, and they come out and like we're all like, oh,
Like, you
there's some chemistry there.
The vibes were real.
Yeah,
Like,
and
whoa.
it's so cute because like he's so tall and she's so
just
tiny.
Yeah, she's just so short.
Like it's such a cute. I
Yeah,
love when that happens. I love when you have
absolutely.
like giants with like tiny babies. Like it's just it's so cute.
tiny babies.
Like it's just adorable. To
Yeah,
me.
but yeah, just wanted to bring up that side note.
So
because
hopefully they will continue
that
to do
would
that because
be awesome.
they did really well together.
They did,
So
they
hopefully-
did.
Hopefully that'll continue.
Yes.
But I wrote down Johnny Extreme Move.
Oh,
What that means,
I
I
wrote
don't know.
extreme flip. So Johnny did this really crazy banana pants flip, but I can't remember what in context of the match it was.
I mean, for Johnny, that can literally be anything.
exactly. But obviously, if I wrote it down, there was some reason.
If you watch the takeover, you know probably what we're
You-
talking about.
yeah.
But I do know there was a part where
Yes.
Damien is like caught up in the ropes and Johnny just does like a flip
Yeah.
onto him. And the fact that this man just doesn't give a fuck about his body.
Not at all. Does not care. He could mangle it, bruise it, whatever. He's fine.
Yeah. Because then chicanery happens with
I literally
security.
wrote chicanery.
So I don't know if I've ever explained chicanery.
No, we've totally just taken it.
I just expect people to know like what I'm. Yeah,
we're
we
talking
can
about-
blame Tyler Breeze for that.
It's
We can do
absolutely
that.
Tyler Breeze.
So chicanery just means, I think I said this earlier in the episode, whenever anything illegal or anything happens to disrupt the match
Yeah.
in any outside way. So Johnny rolls out to the outside of the ring. Randomly, there's two
These two-
security guys that are just standing in the
These-
corner.
These blessed little jobbers.
Seriously. And they're
little
just
babies.
just
And
in-
two little babies.
two little babies just standing there waiting for their spot, and Johnny pulls them through, and
In
Damien
the middle of his flip.
flips over the top rope.
Yeah, because you also made a note of that because you freaked out
I did.
because when he did the spot where he got onto and walked the rope, he jumped from the mat straight up to the top rope,
He did it a few times.
and you were just beside yourself. You were like, "What?"
Because a man that tall is not supposed to be able to do that.
No!
Like when someone has more legs than they are torso, it seems like it would be hard for them to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And he has extremely long legs and very short torso.
Yeah, his chest is much smaller than the rest of him.
So, which no shame on him.
No.
But like to me, it defines the laws of physics.
Yeah,
For
no.
him to be able to do that. So
He's
whenever
crazy.
he does it, and then moments like this where he does a full flip over the top rope, doesn't even touch the top rope
Nope.
at all, doesn't bounce off of the bottom rope at all,
Beautiful.
just literally from the canvas onto the floor. Like
Yep.
it's just crazy. So he flips onto the security guys, and Johnny he's just obsessed with kicking people in the dick. Like he really is.
There's something there,
because he
friends.
did it.
You can dig into it.
It started with Tommaso,
Yep.
and
It's
then
just
literally.
Oh, you're the dick guy now.
I
I think that they're like he's like, oh, no one will remember me unless I kick someone in the dick.
mean, so I actually almost missed it.
Oh, you're the dick guy now. We are.
Can we isolate that?
You two are on track to have as many put that on a t-shirt moments as Dogs and Chris.
The worst part was like I wasn't even thinking about it.
Oh my gosh.
I just said it, and then I was like,
So David,
Oh.
can you please add that to the list of our t-shirt ideas? Thanks.
Coming soon to Etsy.
we should
Seriously
have.
though, like
Anybody?
I really do want a chicanery shirt. That would be
Chicanery?
really fun. So yeah, he kicks him in the dick, and you would think that that would mean, oh, Johnny's gonna win. Ref didn't see it.
chicanery.
Chicanery wins. Blah blah blah. No, Priest kicks out, And that's my favorite kind of chicanery.
Yeah.
Is when it doesn't actually work. I don't like chicanery when it does work, but when it doesn't work, I'm like all for it.
And this is what, and so for listeners at home, before every match, we make a guesstimate of what we think is going to happen in the match.
Yep.
I don't want to brag, but I'm going to brag for a second. I have a really crazy, for some reason during takeovers, have this inept like ability to guess right. And now that doesn't mean like I say, oh, I guess this is going to happen. It doesn't mean I want it to happen. I just guess it's going to happen. So like, for example, for this match, I had said Gargano versus Priest. I was like, I think that Johnny's going to pull some chicanery, but I don't think that it's going to, like, Priest is going to do anything, like he's going to kick out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and
it happened.
Yeah.
So I guess that's my little humble ding ding.
I mean, it's uncanny.
Yeah, it's
like,
crazy.
You predicted Io Shirai when nobody did.
Dude.
In fact,
I was real proud of that one.
rewind to In Your House, and it was triple threat versus
Charlotte versus
Rhea.
Yeah, Rhea and Io.
And
of course, everyone's like, Io Shirai, what?
She's just in there, whatever. And Gina's
She'll
like,
do some
no,
flips.
guys.
I was like,
she's going to win.
She's going to do it.
And we're like, Psh, Gina.
Gina.
Like, no way. And she wins.
And yep.
But so yeah, he kicks out.
Yep.
And he ends up going over. So,
He did.
So Damian retains his title.
Whoop, whoop.
With the Reckoning, which is also very awesome move.
Yeah,
like
that is such. So
he does it from the ropes.
Yeah.
Usually he does it when they're like
such a
he's
solid
standing
finisher.
and they're like, again, I'm doing the hands thing like nobody can see it. With the guy like bent over and he like flips him over, but like he did it from Johnny because Johnny tried to do the one final beat. DDT, he catches him, turns him around on the ropes, and
reversal.
does it there.
Yep.
Oh, I love good reversal. That's awesome.
That was a solid match.
So also like really good way to start off.
Yes,
like
great energy.
Because we've done and we've listened and we've watched takeovers and pay-per-views where when you have a solid match from the beginning, even if the rest of it sucks, it's still going to be fun to watch. I mean, what was the last WWE pay-per-view?
Oh my gosh, with the ladder match.
Clash of Champions.
Clash of the Champions, right? Clash of, which I'm like, what's with the?
Yeah.
Like, it's never been the Champions. We all know it's whatever.
Come up with any more acronyms there, David?
I tried making that point at the very beginning of the episode, and both Chris and Dogs ignored me.
We thought it was. We listened.
Oh.
We listened to the show.
We were
I was
up.
laughing.
Yes.
But yeah, so I originally gave this a 3.5.
You did. Did you change it?
I went back and watched it.
Are you giving it lower?
I'm giving it a 4. Yes.
What?
I know. I usually when I go back and watch it goes down. But
I'm all down for that.
So I gave it a 4.
Okay.
Because I mean, it was just fun.
It's a good match.
It was fun. It had story. Like it looks like, there could potentially be more, but if there's not, then that's
you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a good match. That's how it should be.
Yeah, and I gave it a 4.
I agree. That's a good one.
4
I had
Regals.
written 3.5 Regals, but
that's
4 I can give it.
That's
4.
because that's what I said when we were watching it.
Yeah, we both we agreed immediately it was
Right.
a 3.5, but I am fine with giving it 0.5 more points.
Which is good because we have the next match, which I hate to have
love
pretext.
Kushida.
I hate to have a pretext going into a match.
But this is like the rest of the world watching has this pretext as well.
Yeah, so it's not just us. And
No,
I know. But
and if not, then maybe we can bring it to light for other people because it's not being brought to light, and that's the whole reason why this is the issue.
Yeah, it's the whole
and
point.
it's not okay.
So we have Velveteen Dream versus Kushida, and I love
Kushida's
Kushida.
awesome.
So Kushida is
He's grown on me.
Yes,
He's grown a lot on
He
me.
has his footing now. So before, so he's from Japan, and if you are familiar with Japanese wrestling and New Japan,
the best
wrestling in general, they have amazing characters over there.
Absolutely,
like
they throw themselves into this character.
they do, and so Kushida is basically the Japanese Marty McFly.
Yeah, he's got the vest. He's got the shoe. Like they are the shoes.
They are the shoes.
They are the shoes, and he's got. This is my favorite touch that he had. So on his left wrist, I believe, he's got the tape for that wrestlers use, and he every time he draws in the Sharpie the watch.
Yep.
And that's like that level of detail is just so admirable.
He has to redo that
every
single time.
But he does it every time.
Yeah. So he's awesome.
He's great.
The Japanese style of wrestling is so fun to watch anyway.
Yes.
I've been trying to figure out how to watch New Japan.
Yeah, I have no clue.
All the other podcasts I listen to always are talking about New Japan, and there's also people that I've used to be in WWE who are now over there who you can watch too. So it's like, but it's on some very obscure channel that I can't get here in the US, but it's fine. So Velveteen comes out, and normally his persona or gimmick or whatever you want to call it,
drugs, man.
I mean, it's very psychedelic.
It's like
very
Age of Aquarius,
70s,
hair.
Yeah, and he comes out, and I mean, it was cool. Like, he was just kind of like had a very Prince vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
Like artist formerly known as Prince type vibe.
Yes.
Like he had the glasses with the third eye on top and
the round circle glasses. Yeah,
like he was cool, and he had all the ladies around him all the time, and
he had the velvet tights that were
which I mean we're cool, and then so now he comes out and he basically looks like Doc Brown,
but
he's trying to cosplay as Doc Brown.
Half-assed. I put this. Oh, what if 30 minutes before the match, I'm a be Doc Brown,
and I'm a spray paint my hair white.
So I think it's baby powder because of the way it was falling. I think that it's baby powder that he put in his hair.
His face did turn
as the match
white.
Continued. It just continued to just fall down, and then mixed with the sweat, it was awkward. But yeah, he came out with white pants.
Yeah, white pants, white hair.
Yeah,
and that's it. And in the beginning,
the goggles. He had goggles.
He did have the goggles.
He had the goggles to make sure that we got the joke.
But he took it off when he was wrestling. So, we kind of lost the joke. He just looked like an old man in white pants when he took those off.
Yeah.
But at the beginning when he entered, he looked like he was like, oh, I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I'm looking around. And
I genuinely was looking at Shelby. I was like, are we about to have a Hardy moment right here? Honestly, he really looked out of it. It was weird.
And he did that multiple times throughout the match.
Yeah.
And I went back and watched it, and it's never consistent. So if he were to completely commit to this crazy bit that he is Crazy Dream, and he is,
takes on the promos and other things go with it.
Now it's just a bit.
It's just I don't know what to do right now. I'll act crazy.
And he was flopping all over the place, and it looked sloppy. It wasn't the oh, I'm out of control type thing,
or the angry crazy, or you know what I mean, the I'm really sad, so I'm lashing out crazy. It's just what are you doing?
Right, and he would do it, and then he would pop out of it. And
nothing happened.
Be the original Velveteen Dream, and then he would pop back to be crazy again.
Yeah.
So I'm commit to your choice, dude.
Yeah. If it is a choice that it's an indicator that you're starting to go, then some things need to be changed, and some creative needs to come talk to you.
Well, and the storyline for this just really didn't make much sense anyway.
No.
The build up to this, it's why are they fighting?
Yeah.
He comes in and ruins his shot at the ladder match for the last takeover, and then now usually I'm fine with stuff like that, but then they just never said anything about it anymore.
No.
And then you're just okay.
And then they just showed Kushida's little adorable chunky baby.
His chunky cheeks. Oh my gosh.
His cheeks are so cute. But yeah, it's also just hard to watch these kind of matches now because of all the bull with Dream and
It's hard to get it out of your head when you're watching it, for sure.
It's just tough.
They still haven't addressed it.
Have we addressed it on the podcast?
We did the last show.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So, for those who don't know, there are some allegations against Dream for sexual assault. And they have been, according to WWE, have been proven false. But that is all they'll say about it. And he disappeared for maybe a month, and then came back and was automatically put
back into a main event match.
Well, we were pissed because he knocked out Finn last time, and so that's what caused all of our anger.
Rhea Ripley seems to have some feelings about that subject. Dude.
Yeah, especially when she is liking every single picture on Instagram of someone on the Thunderdome having a sign that says "Fire Velveteen Dream."
Yeah, Fire Velveteen Dream.
Which good on her, man. That's you need to stand up for that bullshit, because if you don't, nobody else will.
Exactly.
If you're gonna sit back and let the company just kind of sweep this under the rug, and I'm maybe he's getting sensitivity training. Maybe he's going through classes or whatever. I don't care. I just want it to be addressed.
Yeah.
I want them to be like,
don't hide this crap.
This was a thing. And
it won't be a thing anymore.
And this is what we're doing to fix it.
Exactly.
Like, by not saying anything about it, it draws more attention to it. And then people are going to get mad because everybody was booing him when he came out. It's just constant boos. And he even says, like, I wrote this down. He even says, like, at the point where people are really booing him, he was like, go on, boo me. Do it.
That's what he said. I
Yes.
couldn't hear what he said because I knew it was something sassy and rude because I could see those eyebrows.
It was. Yeah, everybody could see those eyebrows.
But yeah, overall, I like Kushida a lot. Kushida can work. He's a great worker. And I like him. It's just, I don't know how to feel about Dream every time I see him. I don't know where he's going. And
Yeah, it's just Like, that's what this one was. I mean, and
2.5.
I mean, thankfully, Kushida goes over.
Yes.
He reverses the Dream Valley driver into the hoverboard lock, and you know, he goes over, which is great. And it wasn't a long match, so at least you have that to be thankful for. I gave it 2.5.
Yeah.
Like, it was fine, but it wasn't horrible. They both did good. They were both solid. They were barely, any botches that I even noticed.
No.
And
there was one part that was really gross, though. Remember when Kushida kicked Velveteen Dream right in that hand with the...
So, like, Dream's
stairs.
hand was stuck in between the ring apron and the stairs, and he just goes wick, like, just right into it.
I even remember saying to you, I was like, man, it just sucks that he can sell so well, because right now I'm just angry.
That was another thing. I wanted to be like, why are you screaming?
He flopped like a dead fish on land.
Like, I get it. Like, but he screamed every single time he gets hit. And I'm just like, I get it with the hand. That's a lot of tiny bones that are in there.
Yeah, ow.
And ow. But every time you get kicked in the face, you don't need to scream for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know? But so I gave it 2.5.
Yeah.
It was Can we just put that as a rating? Yeah.
I think, yeah.
But we move on to a real great one.
Yeah, I didn't write many notes because I was so entranced in this one.
You literally looked down, you were like, I have written nothing.
I was like...
That's a sign of a good match, though.
It is, though.
Unless you're me and I literally write down everything that happens.
Because I just was very engrossed.
I'm going to forget otherwise. Yeah. So we have the Cruiserweight title match, which I did not know this. This was the first time
they mentioned that
the Cruiserweight title has been defended on a takeover.
Yeah, that's so cool.
I did not realize that.
They need to... Whoever's listening there, keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep up the Cruiserweight
You're doing area.
Good. It's great.
You're doing good. So we have Isaiah Swerve versus Santos Escobar. Formerly known as El Hijo del Fantasma. I guess, right? That's right.
Hijo, but yeah.
I like Io. That's fine.
But that's already a person.
I'm not as bad as dogs with pronouncing names, okay? Like, I'm not at that level yet, so I see it as a win.
I accept that.
Harambe. I'm just going to say that. So... Escobar comes out and he's dressed in like traditional mariachi garb.
Yeah.
Right?
So the jacket itself was the black with the shorter jacket style with the white kind of trim that went around. He had the hat, he had the sombrero, and then he I can't remember if he had the actual mariachi pants or anything like that.
No,
I think it was just his tights.
But the tights were black, so it made it look like it.
But it was nice, because normally when he is making a promo or coming out, he is in his... Whoever is his tailor, whatever.
Dude.
Keep it up. Bravo.
I love a guy in a suit.
And not only that,
I love it.
but even the friends with him, oh my gosh, y'all, like that vest.
Thankfully, they are not dressing... like how they were before with the baggy t-shirts and the chains and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like... Thank you, whoever you're listening. You put them back in the suits.
Blessings.
I appreciate it. So, what did you think about this one? I know you love cruiserweights.
I enjoyed this match, and I enjoyed it because
205 Live, right?
do. I love cruiserweights. I love flips and shit. I love the
shit.
I know, doing flips and shit.
That should be the title of 205 Live. 205 Live, flips and shit.
Just the amazing athleticism, the agility, the ability that they have to, do these incredible moves. I really enjoyed it. But I liked it because, okay, so one of the things that, has been in their promos that they've been having is that Swerve's like, you know what? You can't win a match on your own. Every time something happens, chicanery is involved.
Yep.
And you have to involve your boys in order for the match to win, which is true.
It is true.
It's true. Escobar is little... Oh, that's why I wrote it. Now I remember why. We'll come back to that.
Oh, yeah.
My one note that I wrote for this entire match was bok bok chicken.
Yeah, and we were talking about this on the ride over here.
I was like,
we
I
weren't
have
sure
no idea
what bok bok chicken means. Did you just now figure it out?
I think I just remembered.
Great.
So, but yeah. So the thing that I loved about this match was finally it's like, yes, they it's not just chicanery from the heel side. There was chicanery from the face side, which was fun. So Swerve had in the match Ashante Adonis come out and help him,
which is interesting because we've never seen him before.
Yeah, he just was like, hey,
and
I'm here, I'm gonna help you. Okay, bye.
And he did a promo after one of the matches. I think it was the one after this one.
It was, yeah.
And they were like, why'd you do it? He was like, I mean, I don't know. Like, essentially was the answer.
And that's when I was like, I like him.
So basically, like, I went back because when I first watched it, I didn't really pay attention to his promo because I think I was...
We were talking and doing other things.
We were talking about... Because it was after the women's match, and we were talking about that. And so I wasn't really paying much attention. But I went back and watched it, and this is a direct quote from him.
Oh, okay. Yes. I love this. Normally, I'm the one with the quotes. Yes.
I am the ritual. RICHUAL. Because when you rich, no one checks the grammar. And he says, also, later on in the promo, says 205 from the 219, and then deuces out.
Hey! So that means another cruiserweight.
He's from 205 Live.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
Another cruiserweight, though. They need more cruiserweights.
They do, which it makes sense as to why he interfered with Swerve, because that's the cruiserweight. So which means they're probably beefing up the cruiserweight division.
Good.
Because we need people who are actually cruiserweights in the cruiserweight division, please.
Buddy Murphy.
Buddy Murphy. Beefy Buddy Murphy, who was never 205. Even when he came out of the womb, he was not 205. Okay?
Or as Dogs and Chris call him, Beefy Tiny Man.
There it is.
That's what I was trying to think of. I was like, I know I'm saying it wrong. So
it's fine.
Dogs and Chris, wherever you are, Beefy Tiny Man.
Beefy Tiny Man.
So yeah, I wanted to tell you that because because when you
that's beautiful.
Because when you rich, no one checks the grammar. Like, God, I wish I could say that because my grammar sucks balls all the time. So,
oh my gosh, that's amazing. And you know what? It feels like he just totally just impromptu made all of that up.
You know he did. The entire promo was shoot off the cuff. Like, it was very obvious. But he was great.
He was great. And he was a good worker too.
We need more people that can talk on the mic.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, the main thing that, I didn't write down much for this one. I mean, it was fast paced, hardly any rest.
Yeah.
And
it was going.
It was great. It was a solid match. The ending was a little weird.
Yeah.
I think what they were trying to do, because it looked like Swerve, they were both on the apron. Mm-hmm. Something happens. I think there was some miscommunication because the spot wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
I think it was supposed to be, he was supposed to hit the apron with his head, and he ended up hitting the post.
Yeah, that ending was odd. It just...
Because it just abruptly ended.
Dropped. And we were like, wait, what?
Because Swerve looked very disoriented.
Yeah,
and
which if he was selling it, that's good.
He drags him into Phantasma or Escobar. Drags him into the ring and then pins him 1, 2, 3, and then it's over.
Yeah, and it's
so
like,
it was very abrupt to me. So I felt like the ending maybe wasn't supposed to happen that way.
Yeah, like something didn't click or
there
something.
There was supposed to be a spot on the apron, and it looked like maybe Escobar stumbled a bit and maybe he tweaked something, so they were like, all right, let's just go home, and then they ended it. But yeah, so I mean, I ended up giving it a 3.
Yeah,
because it was really good, but like the ending just really was weird. Lackluster.
It was weird.
And the fact that they had Ashanti run out and then just run back out.
Yeah, he was like deuces.
He literally helped him out for a second, didn't even acknowledge him, and then just ran.
Yeah.
Which was explained later in the promo, and they were like, so are you helping him out? Nah, man, I just saw an opportunity and I took it. Like, that's pretty much what he did.
Oh, he's just going to be chaos.
Which
I love it.
I'm here for it.
I love it.
At first, I thought it was weird because we hadn't ever seen him before.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah. So I gave it a 3 through
Yes.
Regals. I thought...
I say that's
I feel like that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So we're moving right along.
Oh my gosh, y'all, this match.
So we have the NXT Women's Title match.
Yes.
So we have Candice LeRae versus the champion Io Shirai,
My girl.
and both of our girls, because I was hardcore marking out for Candice.
You were,
during this
dude.
match.
Oh my
I love
gosh.
everything that this woman has ever done.
She's obsessed with Candice
I
LeRae.
am. She has been here since Charlotte and Becky and Bayley and Sasha were in NXT. She's been here from the beginning. Like, her and Johnny both have. So, like, and she's done hardcore matches in other federations, and I just love it.
Mm-hmm.
And both her and Io did not disappoint.
No.
At all.
And we've been talking how Io had... Most of the time when she would wrestle, it was like a slow build. Like, it would take her a while to get readjusted. Nah, she's done with it. She's got her confidence. She's got her direct, I'm here. Don't mess with me. She's got her confidence.
And I think, I really feel like it has to do with who you're working with.
Yeah,
Because
that's valid.
Her and Candice have worked together in other federations before.
Oh, for years,
And
I'm sure.
they've been wrestling for years together, so they know each other.
Yeah.
And they know how to push each other,
That's
and they feel comfortable with one another. And I feel like maybe that is a thing for Io.
Maybe that makes sense.
That's not a knock on anyone else that she's worked with in the past. It's just who you're comfortable with. Like, if we ever became wrestlers, because what a thought.
We'd be nuns.
What a don't tell our idea to the public.
I mean, what?
Now everyone's gonna want to be wrestling nuns.
Darn it.
Damn it. Anyway, that is something that
we discussed this.
We've discussed this. If we were ever, David, I don't even know if we've told you this.
I don't think so.
If we ever were a tag team, we haven't come up with the name.
We don't know.
But our gimmick would be that we're wrestling nuns.
Fantastic. I loved it.
Yeah, we come out in our habits and then just mess some people up.
I mean,
for the Lord, of course.
For the Lord.
Yeah.
For the Lord.
Now, you'll have to get her to tell it. You should have Katie on an episode at some point, because
Absolutely.
we were hanging out with dogs one night and he was like, all right, listen, I have your entire character. I have everything picked out for you already. I know exactly how we're going to work this. Long story short, she hated everything about it. So get her on here to have her tell you her character that dogs came up with for her.
Definitely going to be a guest.
Well, hey,
a guest episode.
we talked about.
We have been for a while,
like wanting to have a guest on, and our first one we wanted it to be a woman. So Katie,
hey Katie,
if you're available.
Sup?
But crack that open, man. Just crack it right open
That was very satisfying.
for you.
Yes, I know you hated every moment of it, but it was great.
It's fine. It's fine. I get over it.
But yeah, Candice and Io.
So Candice comes out, and her whole thing before
man.
has been she's the pixie.
Yes,
That's when she was face.
She's cute.
She
and
came
adorable.
out, and because she's tiny and she's a little baby,
little blonde, little
and
baby.
she just is super cute and always does the job for everybody, and and then
She's
now
a sister to everybody.
exactly. They're even in the promo
Yep.
package.
Oh, sister.
Oh, it's my sister. Like pretty much everybody said that, which I thought was hilarious because I'm like relatable. Like so.
Oh, hey, it's us.
So now that she's had a heel turn, which I am in love with, and I feel like she has finally now gotten her stride.
Definitely.
Because at first
it took a while.
I was like,
she was having a rough time.
are we gonna have another Bayley situation?
Yeah, dude,
Like,
it
are we
was-
gonna have someone who was a uber face who is now a heel who is so uncomfortable being a heel? Which you know how much I love Bayley. I am trying so hard to like this. I'm trying so hard, and I can't. I love her. Mm-hmm. Like, she's great in the ring, but she's not comfortable being a heel. And Candice is comfortable being a heel. And she's
definitely.
Yeah, she's
definitely coming
now
into
gotten into it. And she comes out with these awesome fairy wings.
Oh, dude.
But they're like all gnarled.
Yes.
And like just gross
It
looking.
looks like this fairy got dipped into acid and it's just melting off the wings. It's sick.
It's a great description.
It's pretty accurate.
It's good.
That's exactly what, every time I see him, I'm just like, yes, that's such a good costuming note. Also, don't know where you found him, but I want them now.
Well, and she had this awesome jacket.
Yes.
That was like double-breasted, like
Yes.
royal blue jacket with these rhinestones in the front, like just on point.
Yes.
And I loved the fact that at the beginning of this match, before anything started, I don't know if you heard it or not, but there was someone chanting, "Women's wrestling."
Yes, because you were like, ah!
I was so happy.
Yes, it's like, yes,
because
yes,
they
yes.
knew, because this is going to be good,
Yes.
regardless of what happens, because
Absolutely.
these two women are so great.
Phenomenal workers.
Yeah. And I think this match was just as vicious as any of the other men's matches.
Oh, absolutely.
That were on this card. Because this was the only women's match that was on the card. Usually they
Yeah.
have two. Or lately they've had two.
Yeah.
And this was the only women's match. And I think
they
it was
nailed
on
it, man.
par, vicious-wise, as Johnny and Damien's match.
This is the highest ranking match. I don't know. Is it ever that we've given?
For a woman? For a women's match?
For any of our matches. Have we gone this high?
Yeah.
We have?
Yeah.
I thought so.
We
Okay.
have.
But were they
it's
all
been
for the men,
close.
though?
Yes. This is the highest we've given the women.
That's what I thought.
Yes.
Okay.
And just, I mean, Candace is, both of them are so strong, but like,
Yeah.
she can power bomb people.
Yeah,
For a woman, like if you see Rhea Ripley power bombing someone,
Yeah,
or
it
Charlotte
makes
power
sense.
bombing someone, even Becky doing that,
Yeah.
like it makes sense.
Yeah.
When you have 5'0" Candice LeRae that maybe weighs like 102 pounds soaking wet, like do a power bomb on someone who's either equally or bigger than her.
Oh, yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like-
it's just like, where did that come from?
She just,
What?
And it was toward like not even beginning of the match.
No.
It was like 3/4 of the way through.
Yeah.
She pulls out this power bomb, and it was just like back and forth.
Yeah, they went at it.
The only critique I had, and I said this earlier, was EO's kickouts. She literally just rolls over.
There was one that was just, I was like, girl, what are you doing?
I literally yelled at the screen. I was like, put some effort into it, please.
You did. You got grumpy.
I know it's toward the end of the match, but this is when the drama hits.
This is when you gotta push.
You need to kick out.
Yes.
Because Candace she's good, but she's gonna meet your level.
Yeah.
So like if you kick out like she's just gonna roll over like
Yeah.
You know, like
I mean, duh.
it's just the way that it is. So she's not like Johnny who sells to the moon and back.
Oh my. To the moon.
Where was he?
Where was
he?
my husband and Cameron Grimes' match? Ted and I were desperate for that
We
match.
thought it was going to happen, but
They
it didn't.
teased us.
But it's
Look,
okay.
Creative's doing a good job with teasing lately. They've done well.
They can't give you everything all at once. There's got to be a build.
You can't always get what you want.
That's true, definitely in WWE.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, I think that was really my only complaint because we had more chicanery.
Yes.
With the ref.
I wrote expert chicanery.
Expert. No, for real though, because
It was so good.
So Candace accidentally, and I really feel like it was, and
Yeah.
because before if you say an accident when a heel does anything
Yeah,
that's like that,
it's
they're
like-
like, oh no, I hit the ref.
Yeah.
You know.
Oops.
But she really did.
It
She
really
sold
made
it
it
as it
look
was like she hits it. She goes, oh, cool, and just like keeps going.
And I can do more things.
Like she was cool with
Yeah.
hitting him on accident. But so like she hits him, but then he's like a little bit dazed because he gets hit in the eye or something.
Yeah, she hit him right across the face.
But then Io tries to do a moonsault off the top rope, and Candace puts her legs up, hits her in the gut, and sends Io flying into the ref.
I literally wrote, poor guy.
And he goes flying. Like
He soars.
he looks like, you remember?
He's like when Keith Lee smacked the crap out of Adam Cole and that man flew.
That, and also on par with when the ring broke between Braun Strowman and the Fiend and the ref, like he was supposed to go over, but there was no rope to go over, so he just sold it like there was a rope.
He just flew.
It was on par with that.
That's valid. That's better.
It was on par
That's
with that.
Definitely better.
Oh my god! If you haven't watched, just watch, Google like Braun Strowman Fiend ring breaking, and you'll know what we're talking about.
Yes,
it's one of the few good things about that pay-per-view. So there's no ref.
Nope.
Candace goes to pin Io and there's no one.
Yep.
And then you see Johnny running down, putting on a ref's shirt. And I just wrote down, I just wish that there was like that music, like because he's just flailing, like he's running down like as fast as he can, and he goes and he tries to do a fast count.
Yeah,
and Io kicks out before the fast 3.
Yes,
and they all just lose their minds.
Like Johnny throws, and look, as somebody who works in preschool, throws a 2-year-old toddler tantrum, flailing in the middle of the grocery store, in the middle of the aisle, and everyone's just staring. Like he throws his body. He's like flailing, just like.
So you actually, when I went back and watched it, because there was another point where he flails out of the ring.
Yes.
And he is hitting the ground.
Yes, he's like.
And I don't know if he realized that they hadn't cut from his camera, because he goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" Saying it to Io.
No, that's funny.
And so I don't know if he meant to do that on purpose or if he thought they had already cut from his angle or what.
Yeah.
But it made me giggle.
Oh my gosh.
It made me giggle.
There was another point, because after that moment when Johnny tries to do the fast count and Io kicks out, Johnny has his temper tantrum. Candace is sitting there like she's about to just cry.
She does.
Like she looks like she's about to burst into tears. And Beth, beautiful Beth Phoenix, because I got my quote.
Yep.
She wrote, "That petulant child, comma, I know that look well." Call them out. Call out your children in public.
I'm sure she's seen some temper tantrums in her day.
Oh my gosh, I had to write that one down. That was
great.
Too good.
No, she has at least one zinger.
Oh, always.
Every show.
We seem to always write down hers.
Because she's great.
But that's
She's
also
fabulous.
because the other friend that I don't like has not been making much commentary lately.
Well, no, he hasn't been on NXT. The OG ignorant slut Corey Graves has not been on NXT.
I'm speaking of the man who recently dyed his hair, his beard, and his hair. Remember, because he was originally a redhead. He was the guy at the very beginning of the pre-show.
Sam Roberts.
There it is. That man.
Was he the OG ignorant slut?
I never used the term for him. The original person I used that term for was Corey Graves.
Sure.
Because he is.
Yeah.
Don't get me started. But that man was, I wrote down, remember that quote where it was like, "He who be the winner and puts forth the most effort is the winner of this match." And it's like,
you're like, no shit, Sherlock.
Brilliant. But anywho.
Yeah. But no, he's I think because of that quote, he is now banished to pre-show only.
After he said it, it was just silence.
It really was. Like all the other commentators were like, Did he really just say that?
What?
Wow.
Okay, cool. We're moving on.
But yeah, so Johnny comes out, and then the ref actually comes.
Yep, he wakes back up and he's like, "What?"
Because Johnny goes over and he was like, "F all this. I'm just going to go give her the title."
Yeah.
He goes over. He's like, "This is hers. I'm giving it to her." And goes over to her, and the ref is in the ring, and he's just like, "I'm just going to hide it behind my back."
Yeah, Johnny's like,
nobody.
No, you don't see nothing. Nothing's here.
And they're arguing back and forth. And while they're arguing, Johnny slips Candace the title.
Yeah, just drops it
and is still distracting the ref and is arguing with him. And the ref is like, "Get out of here." Johnny's like, "You get out of here. You get out of here. No, you get out of here."
And they're like, "But he's like, I am an official referee."
He's like, "Give me back my shirt. You give me back my shirt." Like, it's literally, he's totally Meisnering the shit out of this man. And he's just repeating everything that he's saying with the same intention.
Mid-sip. Almost just spewed everywhere.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That's my goal.
Oh, that was a good one. So, Meisner.
I mean, it's accurate.
I wonder how many listeners are going to understand that joke.
Yep, good joke.
Very, you know what?
A select few.
I'm here for the select minority. You know what? It's fine. If we have any of our theater people that are listening, you will know exactly what I'm saying.
And it's very accurate.
Right. So he's doing that, slips Candace the title. Yep. Candace hits Io over the head. You think she's gonna go over?
I was sitting there going, no.
I was so excited. I was so happy.
I was sitting there like, no.
1, 2, Io kicks out.
And you're like,
what the fuck else can we do?
And she thought that too. She's looking at Johnny like
she starts crying. There were actual tears.
Yeah,
and they're both looking at each other like, I don't know what else to do. Like, it was beautiful.
It was the best. They really sold this one.
Honestly, like, I love, because Io goes over and retains, which I ended up being happy about because, like, I love a good match where you don't know who is going to win.
We both, like, for this one and then for that last match, I literally couldn't make a guess. I was like, both would be great. We're
not alone in that, because there were even like top WWE people who were like, I have no idea.
We had no clue.
And I love matches like that, because I feel like lately we're in the era where, like, and I don't know if this is because of COVID and the roster is kind of limited. It's just like, you know who's going to win.
Yeah.
Because I just saw that they announced that there's another Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton match at Hell in a Cell.
Gravy,
yes,
y'all.
that's the face you should be making, David.
Gravy.
Because, what, 4th, 5th, 6th, 10th time that we've done this? Like, this is ridiculous.
I only watch the pay-per-views to be around this group of people, but I kind of just want to skip the rest of them until, like, COVID is over and the rest of the roster can come back.
Hey,
honestly,
I'm just saying, come watch takeovers with us, man. They're a lot more interesting.
They're great, dude.
They do a really good job at doing more people in the roster.
An hour and a half, 2 hours.
2:25.
Yeah.
2:25 was this runtime. It was pretty great.
Isn't it? It's just perfection.
You're home and in bed by 10:30. It's great.
Great.
Or if you're like me, you host it and you're in bed before the people leave. Because that's me. I'm a baby. So Io goes over.
Yes.
And it's awesome. Like, Johnny and Candice are so upset. And they're so devastated. And it was brilliant. But that was not the end.
And then.
So first, I will explain the first part, and then I will let Gina explain the second part, because you're so happy about this. And I mean, we both screamed. We'll get to it.
Okay.
So after the match was over, everybody's cheering for Io. Everything's great. And then on the screen behind her, we see Toni Storm. And Toni Storm is someone who used to be on UK.
Didn't she win the Mae Young Classic?
She did.
She won the Mae Young Classic.
She won the last time they did it.
I was going to say.
Yeah. Because I think Kairi Sane won the first one.
That's
ever.
what I thought. Yeah.
And then she
Kairi.
won. Toni won the second one.
Yes.
Kairi's fine.
I know. I just
Kairi's
miss
happy.
her.
Kairi's fine.
I know. I like her.
So if you follow her on Instagram, she's still very active.
Okay, good.
So yeah, Toni shows up on the screen, and she's like, "Hey, Io, congrats! Like, I'm so happy for you. But just so you know, I'm coming for your title.
Like, I'm coming for you."
And everyone should know that Toni's back, and it's great.
Yeah. Well, I can't remember what she said, but it was
Toni time.
There it was, because I was like, "Oh no."
She okay. The tagline sucks.
Yeah.
But she's great.
She is great.
She's great.
She's great.
Just for perspective, her and Rhea Ripley were in contention for the first ever women's UK title.
Yes, I remember that.
So, I think that's how it was. Either that, or they did some matches and Toni won the belt off of her. Either way, they both
feuded for a while.
They did, which I wish they would do that now, because the Kaylee Ray, who has the title now, has been champion for 400 days.
400.
She just celebrated her 400th day. Yes, she's rivaling Bayley's reign at this point.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I mean, are they counting COVID when they haven't been doing anything?
Seems like it, because NXT UK.
That seems a little
NXT
bogus.
UK wasn't on air for 6 months.
Yeah, that seems a little bogus.
Yeah, so
and then they don't give it to Sammy. But we're not going to talk about that.
That's the bad kind of chicanery. That's the chicanery that we dislike and we don't condone. So
sucks.
So Toni comes on and she's like, "Hey, bitch, I'm coming for your title. Just don't hold on for too long. Keep it warm for me. That whole thing." And she goes off. And then there's a video package that comes on.
And the video package, which we did not realize had been going on for the past few couple of
weekly shows.
Yeah, weekly. Mm-hmm. So the filter of this, it's almost like it's like a security camera, so it's all green and black, and there's somebody on this bike. and it's a motorcycle, and they're, driving around. We thought it was promo for their game.
Well, we thought that at first, and then I was like, well, no,
but
it's
that doesn't
for
make
Takeover.
sense because then it had because the second one had the date for Takeover on it, and we were like, what the heck?
Yeah, but it didn't even say the word Takeover on it.
No, it just had the date of October 4th.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay.
So that pops up again. And Io's just watching it.
Yeah, and so this one's a live feed, and someone's talking, and they're talking about like, you can't come back home. You say you can't come home. Well, you know what? I'm coming home. And we're like, what in the world is going on? Y'all, I'm getting goosebumps remembering this again because we lost our minds because in walks this really sick, full biker outfit with the fur hood, just
helmet.
boots, the helmet. And then they lift off the helmet. And it's Ember Moon! Ember Moon is back at NXT! And y'all, we lost our minds!
All four of us.
All of us did! Robert, Ted, Shelby, and I screamed at the top of our... Shelby's... I'm gonna call you out, girl. Shelby started crying.
I did start crying.
Worth it, though.
I did.
Worth it.
I don't think y'all understand. I always talk about how when people move from NXT to Raw and SmackDown, how they get buried.
Dude.
She was the definition of being buried.
Of just, we'll throw her into always for the Royal Rumble, and then that's it.
She'll do a really cool spot because she's super great, and she'll,
And they messed with it last time because she was in that one for, the last 5.
She was the last one eliminated before the final 4.
That was ridiculous, dude.
She was 5th.
It was stupid.
And we were also excited for that Rumble because we were like, oh my God, this is finally her time. She's going to get it. And then
because she deserves it.
She does. And so then she disappeared.
And that was it. And she had gotten injured. She got injured a lot.
She did.
She got injured a lot.
And that was the main reason for her being away, which was the injury. And probably because of COVID, she probably was supposed to maybe debut at 30 or maybe debut in your house, maybe. Who knows?
But oh my gosh, y'all. Oh, it was so awesome.
I honestly, I'm surprised that I did cry because, I love her. And I wouldn't say she was my favorite, but I think it was the way that they did it.
Yeah.
It was the most perfect way to have someone come back that I think I've ever seen.
It was just perfect.
One, they kept it completely under wraps. Nobody knew about it.
No one
on the Twitterverse knew about anything about her coming back. And the way that they did it, they prepped you for it without you even knowing it.
If you really knew Ember Moon, maybe you could tell that was her voice talking in the video, but we didn't know.
It was distorted.
See, there we go.
It was
distorted.
Thought so. Yeah.
Because I'm getting goosebumps.
And she has this awesome red tipped hair now.
She's got the fire back. She's got the contacts.
And
she's
literally
got
all she did,
leather and
took the helmet off, smiled at Io.
Oh, just that
and
good,
that was it.
That great shit eating grin of just what's up.
You know.
Yeah.
You know why I'm here.
Hey. And it's
you think Tony's coming?
That's cute.
You think it's Tony time?
That's adorable. It's Ember Moon time.
No. I think they called her the She-Nom. That's what they called her.
That was her tagline.
The She-Nom is back.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And that's the reason why I didn't see Ashante's promo because I was too busy crying.
Yeah.
I am in a crumpled heap on my floor.
Just, little tiny ball. Just little baby ball.
Little baby ball. Just tears coming down. Gina comes over to me and goes, "Are you crying?" I was like, "Shut up!"
I was like, "Girl."
It was great. It was so
awesome.
well done. It was so well done.
It's just because, honestly, I really would put it up there with Edge's return.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
That, holy shit. That's amazing.
Yeah, just the whole blindsidedness of it all.
It came out of nowhere. And then after a promo of someone else coming back, also, I'm so sorry, Tony. You totally got shadowed on. I'm really sorry,
totally
girl.
Did.
I'm really sorry that they threw that.
No one probably even remembers.
No.
Your promo was cute.
It was cute.
It was cute.
But
But like,
lipstick's cute.
this is one of the times when I wish that there was a full arena full of people, because
'Cause they would have lost
the
it.
pop would have been real.
Oh
and
my
it would have been,
gosh.
the roof would have gone off of that arena wherever they were.
It was,
you know,
it
and
was just phenomenal.
yeah. So, I mean, I count it as the match, my rating
Yeah.
from start to finish.
Yeah.
So that is including Ember
Yes.
coming back. I gave it a 4.5.
Absolutely.
4.5.
We immediately locked eyes and were like, this is a 4.5.
Yeah. The only reason why I didn't give it a 5 was there were still some spot, like it wasn't perfect.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
And I can't just give out 5s
yeah.
willy nilly.
Yeah.
Like,
have we?
I'm sure we have.
Okay,
We
just making
gave
sure.
we've given the Tommaso Johnny
Because
recorded match.
gosh, that deserved it. That's
Yeah.
still my favorite match of all time for NXT.
Well, this next one rivals it for me.
That next one, yeah.
So-
all right, well, let's get to it.
We
so
have
4.5 for
'cause
Eagles.
We need to spend some time on this one.
because y'all,
So,
wow, and especially now with knowing, I don't know if you've heard like.
oh, I'm getting into it. Don't
Okay,
you worry. I have a whole dissertation.
I didn't want to text you or ask you about it before because I knew you would have things to say. Because holy crap!
I have a whole dissertation
Okay.
on it right here.
Well, really quickly, I'm going to go ahead and throw myself under the bus real quick. I like Kyle O'Reilly. I absolutely just bless his little baby heart.
Baby.
He's got no gimmick. He's got nothing except Undisputed Era. And I see if they're trying to give him this push, that's fine. Like, give him the push. Because, I mean,
He needs it.
this match obviously shows that he's worth it.
Yeah.
He's a phenomenal wrestler.
Well, he's always been. He's just never gotten a singles
Exactly.
push. This is literally the first ever singles match that he has ever had in
'Cause,
NXT.
dang,
he has
dude.
always been put with the tag team.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
Because,
Daggum.
daggum.
Maybe he had some jobber singles match, you know, on some random taping or whatever when he first started out. But this is his first, not just his first title, but his first ever singles competition match.
Yeah.
And he fucking nailed it. Like, it was.
Wow.
So we have, just to set it up, because we're already in it.
Yeah.
It's the NXT title match.
Yep.
With Kyle O'Reilly versus the champion Finn Balor. And I am so happy that I am able to give the Finn match more than a 2
Oh my gosh.
because I was devastated the last time we recorded.
You had to have some moments, man.
I did, because everybody who, at this point we've done enough shows, everybody who listens to this knows how much of a fan.
know how much we love Finn Balor.
Yeah, and I just bought his t-shirt, for Christ's sake. Like,
Yes!
I love the man. Like, he's awesome.
Yep.
And I mean, this match at the beginning was fast, but it also had the fast type of grappling that I do like.
Yes, because
So we were actually comparing it while we were watching it, the difference between the Thatcher Balor match and this one was the Thatcher Balor match was so slow.
Yes.
And the grappling was all you saw.
Yeah, like-
but they did this and they did the grappling because Kyle is a jiu-jitsu guy.
Yes, so he's got the skill to do, you know, the holds, the, you know, technical things, but it wasn't boring.
Well, he's also a Muay Thai guy. So
There it is.
It's jiu-jitsu and Muay Thai
Daggone.
mixed together. So that is with all the strikes and all the stuff, like, and the holds. So
There it
he can
is.
literally do anything.
There it is.
And I mean, these two guys, like, this was also one that you didn't know who was going to win.
No, not at all.
From the beginning, you were like, I mean, I know who I want,
Yeah,
and I know who I think, but, like, honestly, if they're going off skill, I mean, it's pretty equal.
And I had this whole elaborate backstory because
You sure did.
I thought if Kyle O'Reilly wins, because they'd been hinting at it beforehand of Adam Cole coming out and like being like so supportive, quote unquote, but we all know Adam is a petty man.
Well, they've been flirting with the Undisputed Era breaking up for
Exactly.
a while,
And
since they all dropped the belts.
And he even said in one of the weekly episodes, he even said Adam Cole was like, he doesn't deserve that, you know, that's my belt, like the kind of thing. But it was like quickly thrown under the rug again.
And everybody's like, oh, just kidding. He had a bad day.
Whatever, nothing happened. What? So my whole thing, I was like, okay, so if O'Reilly wins it, Adam Cole's going to come out and just like beat the crap out of him after the match and then try to take it and like stand over him and be like, this is my match and whatever. Or like, you know, the rest of them are going to have to pull it. I tried so hard to make Adam Cole the bad guy. I was like trying to like dissertate like the whole thing. Like, no, it's going to happen.
He
like,
wasn't even wrestling. And she was like, he's going to come out and he's going to do a thing. And I'm like, Gina, no. Like,
I was like, he likes the spotlight.
He does, but he's not going to, and not in that way.
Yeah, not in that way.
Because he comes later.
But
like, I just love heel Finn.
Mm-hmm.
Like the real heel Finn, not some weird watery bullshit that they tried to force down our throats when he was on SmackDown. Like, he is a true, genuine heel, which is so funny because Kyle is also a heel.
It's just so weird.
You have
just white to be white.
Okay. So Gina made this very astute accusation during one of the weekly shows because she was like,
oh my
what is his gimmick? Just white to be white? Like, I don't understand. I'm like, Gina.
Nothing.
I'm like, Gina, he just watch it. No. Like,
but he's
his
not
gimmick,
even Irish.
No, he's not, but he's not supposed to be Irish.
I know, that's true.
He's Canadian.
I know, but I just thought the fact that they call him O'Reilly, but they don't call him Kyle.
You don't know why his name is O'Reilly.
I mean, no.
There might be some, like, special...
I mean, he might have some heritage within his ancestry.
He does have a red beard.
Yeah, it's a very red beard. And then...
With brown hair.
Brown hair.
I mean, I think that's a choice, but that's fine.
I don't know.
But there was one part where Finn had Kyle in an arm bar. And it's always that really unfortunate arm bar where it's like right at the dick level.
It's just straight dick.
And it's like, you're just like, is it touching? Like, is it? Like, is it really? Because I feel like you would.
Oh, man.
That would be weird. I know they have cups and everything, but still, like, that would be weird. But he, like, is holding it and he, like, looks at it and then just starts, like, strumming it like a guitar.
Oh, his arm.
Did you think I was talking about his dick still? No.
But yeah, no, he holds out his arm and he extends it because that's what Kyle does.
Well, when he had the tag team titles, he would come out and there's like a guitar solo part in their intro music and he was like air guitaring with it and he's like, look at me, I'm Kyle. Like, you know, it was great. It was funny. And I just love it. But I mean,
my point still stands.
He can work on it.
Or creative needs to give him something. But maybe the breakaway from...
It will help.
It will help.
Because right now he's just like...
He's got to find himself.
He's just like an asshole for being an asshole. Like...
But then it's not even... Yeah, but anyhow.
Yeah, so... I mean, there's a lot of things. A lot happened.
A lot
and we
happened
could
in this
stand
match.
here and sit here and talk about it another hour.
I mean, honestly, we could. But
we're not.
Yeah, we're not.
We're just going to skip through. But there was a couple of moves, though, I wanted to talk about. So, like... I don't know the technical term for this.
Okay.
I think it's called a double hooked suplex.
That's more than what I would know.
So it was the move where like Kyle had Finn's arms like hooked and he did a suplex and then did like a cartwheel thing and then did another one.
That was crazy.
He did 3 like in a row.
Back to back to back.
And there were just moments where I was like, okay, he's gonna gas out at some point. Like there's gonna be a point because they went a good 40 minutes
at least,
I would say. Yeah. And I was like, there's a point he's gonna gas out and he's gonna start getting sloppy and it'll be fine. And he really didn't.
Neither
until a little bit toward the end.
Well, there's valid reason.
There
for that.
is, and I mean,
which we found out after the match.
So. I found out later that Finn called an audible in the ring and ended the match early.
Early?
Yes.
It was going to go longer.
It was supposed to maybe go about 10 minutes longer.
Good gravy.
So...
It was perfectly timed.
It was. So what happened was, we know that O'Reilly suffered something because about midway through he starts bleeding from the mouth.
Yeah, a lot.
So... What happened was, what was confirmed was that he had a few broken teeth.
He did. He did.
Yes. And they checked.
That's probably because of that full face kick he got from Finn.
Well, that's what I wrote down. So I went back. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna see if I can figure out where it happened.
Yeah,
and
was that
I think
it?
that's where it happened.
It had to have been because it was his full foot.
So Kyle is sitting straight up in the center of the ring, and Finn goes to drop kick him, and he's supposed to hit him straight in the chest.
Oh, he
completely misses the chest, and both feet go straight at his face, like center of the eyes.
Like
one
all
hits
of us went.
Yeah, one
like
hits
we thought
him
it was done
in the forehead, and the other hits him in the jaw.
Yeah,
And
that had to be it.
It had, honestly, I don't know where else it could have been because everything else was a little bit grainy.
I mean, there were some
But
punches, but I mean, not really. Nothing like that.
I mean, he can punch hard, but not hard enough that he can like break a tooth, you know? So I think that's where it happened for him. They tested him for a concussion and it came back negative.
Okay, good.
So they were scared that he had a concussion.
Oh,
and there was a moment.
Valid reason.
There was a moment where I was going back. I was like, are you sure he didn't? Because there was one move. He does a lariat off of the ropes, which is the move where he gets hit and he goes in between the second and third ropes and then propels himself forward and does a clothesline.
He went on the bottom rope for that one.
He did. Again, he goes in between the first and the second rope instead of the second and the third.
Almost falls on his butt.
He does, but he recovers.
He did.
But it comes up and he stumbles. Instead of hitting him in Finn in the chest, he hits him in the face.
And I think that's then where...
It's not.
Oh, no.
There was another spot.
No,
So
I just thought of it as you said that.
I thought that's where it was. But toward the end of the match, Finn is in the corner.
Is that when we thought he was putting the... Mm-hmm. It really was real.
It really was real.
Oh, my
So
gosh, y'all.
when we watched it, we thought that Finn put a blood packet in and bit down on it, which I was upset about because I hate that shit.
And that's not him.
It's
and
not.
But it really...
It's not you, Finn.
It's not you, Finn. It really did look like... Because he put his cupped hand over his mouth, and then there was blood everywhere.
So,
but it was sorry, this is very descriptive, but it was that thick, like fake, looking makeup style.
Yeah, but
blood.
if it was a blood packet, it would have been everywhere.
Exactly, and that's why we're like, wait, what?
So what happened was Finn was in the corner.
Yeah.
Kyle goes for the running knee strike. Again, supposed to be to the chest. Knees him straight in the jaw. Like knee bone to jawbone. And you can hear it.
Are you serious?
You can hear it pop. At first I thought it was the knee pad hitting his face, and I went back and watched it again. I was like, nope, that's a jaw popping out type of sound. And it was nasty. And so you see him, and he immediately grabs his mouth and like lets Kyle roll him up, and he kicks out, and the camera zooms in on him. Like I encourage everybody to go back and watch this part of the match because it zooms in on him, and the look on his face, you can tell something is wrong.
Yeah.
Because it's not the like, oh no, I got hurt.
No,
like,
it's the get me out of here
so
now.
The ref sees him, goes over to him, talks to Finn. I think Finn tells him, I need to go home.
Yeah.
Like, we need to go home. Ref immediately runs over to Kyle, tells him, and then moves out of the way. And then while the ref is talking to Kyle, Finn is already halfway up the rope to do the coup de grace.
Oh my god!
So I think that's what happened, and
that makes sense.
That is what is reported by people who are smarter than me in the wrestling world. But when you go back and watch it, it's pretty evident.
Yeah.
Because, and again,
that was nasty.
It was nasty, and but the fact that they both not just put their like whole bodies on the line, but like their physical well-being on the line for
their
this
job.
match. Yeah. Like, I mean, you can, and this is what I said earlier, Drew McIntyre supposedly has a broken jaw right now.
And it's kind of like,
And
I love me some Drew.
But when he got kicked in the face, no blood, no nothing. And I'm just like, you now can tell which one's fake and which one's not.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when you go back and you watch it, Finn is holding his jaw. Like, legit holding it in place. And you can see, like, he's trying to act like his left knee is hurt. And I'm like, baby, no. Just
Focus on your face right now.
it's fine if you want to sell the pain. Sell it from where the pain actually is coming from and not the fake left knee.
Golly.
Like, you know.
Even while he's severely injured like
He's
that.
like, keep the gimmick alive. Keep it alive.
Do my job.
Always the left knee. Always the
It's
left knee.
always the left.
And then, again, it just reiterates, like, my husband's so reckless.
My husband.
He
Yeah.
just has no care for his body.
My husband's still not back from his recklessness. So.
Right. Our husbands, they're so reckless.
They're so reckless.
Like, it's just so nerve-wracking. But, like, damn, what a match.
I mean,
Like,
phenomenal.
I couldn't believe it.
I was astounded. I really didn't know what to expect from Kyle O'Reilly. I didn't know what to think.
Nobody did.
No, exactly. And like to have this guy sit on the sidelines for so long, I mean, dang.
I'm so happy for him.
I know.
Because, I mean, and
I was shocked.
this is what...
Shock the system.
Yeah, like, but this is what we're talking about. Like,
Don't copyright us, please.
oh my God. Like, you know that music is not copyrighted.
That's true. That's valid.
That is a very generic, they put the word boom in a few times. Boom. Like, that, no.
Yeah.
If they do, it was 5 seconds. Like, don't come at us, but come at us.
Uno has taught me to worry of that.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, David, if you get any mad emails. But yeah, like, I had a thought and then it just went boop out of my head. No, but I was saying, this is what, and again, I told Dogs this is the hill I'm going to die on. Mm-hmm. This is what Raw and SmackDown needs to be doing with their back roster. Like,
Absolutely.
This is what they need to be doing. They need to take someone.
Sit down, take notes.
They need to take someone and just give them a shot. Like, they did it with Zelina Vega, and it kind of worked, kind of didn't, but at least they still did it. Like, do more of that.
Like if it fails,
more.
so what?
Like, fail more.
Except you fail and fix it.
Right.
Like, it's really, like, that's... Because, I mean, they're riding off of that right now with Drew McIntyre. Mm-hmm. They're totally riding off of that.
Yeah.
That, you know, he got signed when he was so young, and then, you know, some crazy stuff in his life happened. There's a great documentary if you want to watch it.
It's pretty good.
It's really good. And then he comes back, and he actually becomes the quote, you know, what is it, the chosen one that Vince had picked or whatever. But anyway, he's thriving off of that. You can use that storyline to propel characters. Like, it just needs to be used more often.
Well, that's what they did with Kyle. Like, he was
Yeah.
with a faction. They plucked him out. They made him a video package.
Yeah.
And they told him to step up, and he did it.
Like
Let your talent do it.
give the incentive.
Yeah. And
Your people are not going to want to work. This is like normal life anyway. Normal life anyway. They're not going to want to work if there's nowhere to go.
yeah.
Give the incentive. Boom.
Yeah. I mean,
Boom.
to me, if this match isn't in contention for match of 2020,
Oh,
then,
my gosh.
I mean, I thought the Keith Lee Dijakovic match was match of the year, but honestly, I feel like this is better. And I'm gonna say it.
Oh.
Hot take.
Oh.
I think this is my favorite Finn match ever,
Wow.
and that's saying a lot.
That's saying a lot.
because that's comparing it to Beast in the East with him and Kevin Owens for the title.
I need to watch that again.
It rivals it. It really does. They
Daggone.
both did a great job. I'm very happy with it. I'm glad with the ending.
Yes.
Like Finn retaining.
Woo!
I mean, it furthers. I mean, obviously they weren't going to have him drop the belt after for his first title defense, but they made it interesting.
Yeah.
They made it so that way you're like, I mean, obviously he's not going to lose the title,
No.
but maybe he'll lose the title.
And even they were very amicable at the end, you know, shaking hands and all that. And then
this is when I mean, this was just the paper or the takeover for chicanery.
Chicanery.
Because the match is over.
Takeover chicanery. That's what it should have been called. Dang.
or call it the retain over.
That's what
because everybody retained their titles.
Which is good. That's good. It keeps you on your toes.
It's fine. It wasn't a main takeover, so it's fine.
But even then, still, those are good to have sometimes.
Well, because I mean, Finn didn't win the title at a takeover.
No.
He won it on a random Wednesday.
Exactly.
You know,
keep them on their toes.
But so after the match is over, Kyle and Finn, they shake hands. They're like, "Good job, man. Are you okay? Is your face
like
broken?"
Finn. Well, yes. All of our faces are broken.
Both of our faces are
And
literally
there's
broken.
so much blood.
I mean, it was gross. Like, thankfully, it was the last match because it was everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but they're shaking hands, and then it pans over
To the sidelines.
to behind the barricade.
Yeah.
And you see Ridge Holland
Well, first you see a thrown body of Adam Cole.
over his shoulder.
Yeah.
So
just completely.
So Ridge Holland is holding a lifeless Adam Cole on his shoulder, and both Finn and Kyle are like, what? Like what
the hell?
Also, like, what are you doing
Yeah,
with him?
who are you?
Because for as far as we know, you've never spoken. Like, what did you do to him? Is he dead? Did you kill him?
And then he just goes, yeet.
And just throws him over the barricade like he's a piece of meat.
Yeah.
And just leaves.
And he just goes, like, nothing said. His eyes are, like, wide open. His eyebrows are up. He's got on his hat. He's got his cane. Of course, Dylan would have been freaking out.
You know, this was
watching.
a time when, I mean, he wasn't able to be there with us.
I know. He would have lost
I mean,
his
so Dylan,
mind.
if you're listening to this before you see this, I'm sorry for the spoiler. But your dude came and threw a dead body.
Conquered.
He did. He threw a dead body, Adam Cole, and he left.
And then, of course, I love how Bobby Fish and the rest of the guys come out. They're like, where'd he go? Where'd he go?
I hate Roderick Strong.
Roderick Strong
I
literally was like the cartoon, like, ooh, he's just gone.
So I just want to make everybody aware that when Roderick Strong asked, where did he go?
Literally.
He was still in the frame. Ridge Holland had not left the camera angle. He had not left the frame. And I was like, dude, social awareness.
No.
Look and see that he's still there and wait to say that line. I know that in the script it says that you're supposed to say that line first, but wait until he leaves.
Oh my God.
Okay, that was the fault of whoever was running the stream.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming.
Can I still blame Roderick Strong? though?
Sure.
Because
You'll find something else to blame
I
him
hate
for.
him. He overacts everything he does, and I can't stand it. Dude can wrestle. It's the whole Bailey problem with you. Dude can wrestle like his ass off, but when you get him on a mic, he talks like this, and he just like. I'm reading words off of a cue card, and this is undisputed
sound like you're
era.
from South Park. A little
That's
bit
what he sounds like. And I just, again, WWE should have sponsored acting classes. I agree with you.
And you know what? I'm available.
There we go.
Can you?
You could get
Can
in
you
with the
imagine?
editing world too.
Can
There
you
go.
imagine?
Let me please be the acting coach to professional wrestlers.
I just picture you sitting in a chair, smoking a cigarette, just telling them that they're all trash.
No, you need to wear your blazer too. Your smoking
You know
jacket.
I would be.
Holding your whiskey, smoking your cigar, and just like telling them they're all trash.
Just like you lean in and you've got like a bullhorn and you're just like, that sucked. Do it again.
Uncomfortably long pause where everyone is staring at me.
Oh yeah.
waiting with bated breath.
Oh yeah. And it's just like your silhouette. Like you don't see the full of you. It's just like the lights
always in the
behind. Oh yes, absolutely.
Long pause, and then you're all trash.
And you put out your cigarette and you leave. Like
And I
on the
take
floor.
my $10,000 check from Vince McMahon on my way out the door.
You sure do. You sure
I'm
as hell do.
I'm getting flashbacks.
From ECU acting class, yes. we had a professor that was very similar in that
Very
demeanor.
similar to that.
Yeah. So I mean, they need it, man.
They do.
They need it. Some of them
do.
Some of them don't. Most of them need it. And Roderick Strong is one of those people.
You would think that would be a part of training.
There is, Gina. It's called promo class, and they all take it.
Okay,
When-
hang on. Now, in a normal college setting, is this like the communication majors coming in, taking a theater? Oh, okay,
yeah.
got it.
I mean, it's like that. Like you prepare a monologue, and you go up, and they give you notes on it. And
When I was in college, I had an acting instructor who once told me, outside of class, thankfully, you know, when I was in grad school, I thought anyone could be taught to act. And then I started teaching acting. And he just let that hang. And I was like,
was he talking about you
no,
specifically?
no.
Because that would have sucked.
He could have been. I
That
don't
would
know.
have crushed me. Oh my gosh.
No, he wasn't. He was saying it to me, but not like directed at
Got it.
I thought since you were
I was gonna
saying
say, I was
like
like,
he
dang.
singled you out after class
No,
and was
no.
like, you are terrible. You need to go home.
me. No, thankfully.
But yeah, he just comes out running full speed ahead and then is like,
Arms flailing.
where did he go? And he's still in the shot.
Yeah, he's like
And-
just a little sliver of him, but you still can see it.
He could see.
You could see.
He could see him. And then he looks at, he's like, Adam, what happened?
And of course, Adam
He's like,
is lifeless.
I'm unconscious, Rodney.
yeah.
Like, I can't do it.
Like, in the back of his mind, he's going, "Are you joking me, you son of a..."
So then he asks Adam what happened. Then he looks at Kyle and asks him what happened.
What happened?
And then he looks at Finn and says, Finn, did you see what happened? And Finn,
Wow, the
cut-
improv levels here
it
are
cuts
just...
to Finn, and Finn's just sitting there holding his jaw like, oh no, man. Like, he literally, like, legit is holding his face and is just shrugs his shoulders like, why are you involving me in this? Like,
Yes,
I'm done.
and
I don't have time for your acting.
I need to go to the hospital.
I
Like,
need my jaw back in where it's supposed to go.
So, yeah, it ends with that.
Golly.
So if it ended with just Ridge dumping Adam onto the floor,
You could have cut and that's
you
it.
could have cut, and Kai would be like, "Oh my god, I'm so sad." But no, you had to have Roderick Strong and
you
Bobby
are
Fish come
passionate
out.
about this.
It was sad because it could have ended it, and it would have been like, "Oh my god, what happened?" And then now I'm just focused on him, like.
It would have been
Doing
really cool.
an improv class, like trying to figure out, okay, give me a location. What happened?
Yeah, like because even if they hadn't have come out, it would, because we even talked about this. We were saying like, why would they have, like, how could Ridge have gotten Adam Cole alone without these two fools? It would have made it even better if they hadn't have come out and then been like, no, really, like, where were they? If
See,
they weren't
that-
with you,
yeah.
like, it could have been a better story angle.
Well,
but
maybe that is the angle that they're going to go with because they ran out after it
They
happened.
did. They were
so
like,
maybe they're later on, like we'll see, like as the week progresses. Like tomorrow, we're gonna watch. It's Wednesday, so
Wednesday,
we love Wednesdays.
NXT Wednesday.
So we'll watch and see if maybe they go forward with that. I feel like that's the natural progression because it's time for them to break up.
It's time.
Like it's time for them to go. But I mean, yes, I just went on a 5-minute tirade.
Worth it. I
But-
love when you go on these.
Thank you. I'm so happy.
Absolutely worth it.
I'm so happy it brings you joy
Yes, I love it.
because
I love seeing you.
I'm getting hot.
You
I'm
literally,
getting hot.
you're looking a little red.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's because that's what bad acting does to me, man. Like it can't. David, shut up.
And you have the audacity to give me shit about how harsh I am on Bailey.
I'm just gonna sit back in
Viewers and listeners, you can't see. Shelby just shrank about 4 inches back into her chair with her chin tucked in, hiding from David.
Because I just recently got into an Instagram comment war with the man sitting to my right here.
Oh, I missed this.
About Bailey and her acting abilities and how I called him out on it, and now I just called someone else out on their acting, and he's throwing it back in my face, which is fine. It's fine. It's totally warranted, but that's all I have to say.
And that's where we're gonna leave it.
Yeah, that was great. Thanks, David. I love it when people call me out on my shit. I love it. I love it because that's the truth.
Normally, that's your job for everyone else.
It is, but it's also a sign of a true friend.
It's true.
So, love it. Yeah, this match was a 5.
Absolutely.
Hands down.
I mean,
I try not to give out 5s because I feel like I'm a very generous watcher. And what I mean by that is I look for the positive in things.
Yeah.
And I give people the benefit of the doubt. I think as I've been watching these, I think my gaze has gotten a little bit more critical.
But even then, I mean, it's got all the elements that it's supposed to have. It's got a story. They've got the backstory of an underdog story.
Mm-hmm.
It's got all the things of a classic, like, this is going to succeed match.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I wrote down both men just beat the shit out of each other.
really,
And
literally.
it just worked.
It did.
Like, it just worked. And sometimes, and I've said this on the show before, I love when people get the shit beat out of them. I just do.
It's just one of those matches that just, it makes sense.
It does, and it makes it, the story is compelling. I mean, I'm just going to keep going on and on about this match. I need to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to sit here for another hour and talk about how great it was.
Solid 5 recalls.
Yeah, solid 5.
Absolutely.
So that took us to the end, which I feel like good. I mean, I would say almost great pay-per-view.
Absolutely.
Or takeover. I keep calling it pay-per-view. It's literally the same thing. But,
yeah.
But I mean, I gave it a 4 overall.
Yeah.
Like, I totally blanked and didn't do my averages before I came in here. So I'm pulling.
As you said it, I went, oh, I didn't do that either.
I'm going the dogs method, and I'm just giving it what I feel like it should be instead
4.
of actually averaging it.
4 is a solid.
Yeah, I
good
feel like
number.
it would come out as a 4 because we gave mostly 4s and 5s.
Yeah.
Only 1 2.5.
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
well, one of them was a 3, I think, but like
that was 3.5. Yeah.
I still think 4.
Yeah.
Because it was.
'Cause we gave it a 4.
It wasn't a perfect takeover, but it was pretty damn great.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
we're in the 4 territory then, definitely.
Yeah. So now we get to the fun part.
All right.
Our segments that I think
segment.
I think it's gonna stick.
Absolutely.
I think we're gonna do it. It's fun.
It's great.
And I mean, segments are fun,
Yeah.
right? So, we introduced this last time where we have the EST of the takeover, which is a nod to Bianca Belair, who I think is going to be coming back on TV soon. So your little heart can be happy.
I love that woman so much.
I mean, right before we started the show, she moved over to Raw, and
The week before we recorded,
Gina was devastated.
I was heartbroken
because she's great. I mean,
love that
super
woman.
great. I hope
She should have won that Royal Rumble, but
she
almost
came pretty damn
did.
close.
I'm not bitter. It's fine.
She came very close for sure.
I will give her that credit.
So we have the EST of the takeover, which is basically like our MVP.
Yep.
Like, or
The best, most amazingest.
like
whatever.
basically who showed up to work.
Yeah.
Like the best.
The best.
And then we have the ignorant slut of the pay-per-view. And, which is always fun. But for some reason, this one was very hard for me to choose for both because I feel like everybody did a very good job and there were only a few slip-ups.
Yeah.
And nothing really stood, yes and no, it stood out to be like kind of like, but like at the same time, it wasn't as blatant as it was the last time.
Yeah. So you actually helped me find my ignorant slut.
So this is fun because we don't discuss this part of the show. We discuss literally everything else about the show except for this part, which turned out to be awesome last time because I think your ignorant slut was my EST.
And exactly.
Because your ignorant slut was Johnny and my EST was Johnny.
He wants to die.
But that's why he was my EST. Because
he's gonna do it one day and you're gonna be sad.
Some people just want to die in the ring. Some people do die in the ring, So like, and that's what they want.
And this is okay. Why?
Because it's what they want. It's like, anyway. I'm just going to be made to look like a terrible person, whichever way I look for this, so whatever. All I'm saying is I want people to have their own wishes when they die.
Okay.
Like, and if that's what they want.
Listen, Gina, I fully intend on dying in the ring.
I've heard.
And I am not a wrestler, so...
No, I thought you had the car with where you were driving off the cliff with there was a whole story. I remember you having this conversation with Kara. But we'll go back. We'll talk about that later.
He doesn't look like he knows what you're talking about.
Well, all right then. I remember this. Cool.
That's
I'm
fine.
crazy. Do you want to start? Or
no, I want you to start.
Okay, so for EST?
So, no, we're doing ignorant slut first. Because I want to hear you say it. Because I think I know who it is.
I'm really upset about this, y'all. He's one of my husbands, and I'm really upset about it. Wade Barrett is one of my favorite people.
I knew it.
I lost my ever-loving mind when he came to commentary. I was ecstatic. I loved his, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. I just loved him. I adored him. I love that man. I love him.
And he can work. Like,
he can work. And
good.
he's got phenomenal commentary. When
he pronounces things right? Yeah. I honestly, I felt bad about texting you this because we didn't catch it in the original time we watched it, but I watched it back again.
Upset about this,
and what did he do, Gina? What did he do?
I mean, look, I'm going to give him half points because he's got the accent, and I'm hoping I'm going to go back. I don't want to go back and listen to this. But my husband, y'all, is an ignorant slut because he said coup de grace.
Twice. He said it.
He's my man. He's supposed to be the one who... We were rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
So he... so he said it...
I'm upset.
He said it when Finn was coming out
No.
to the ring. And then he said it during the match. He said it twice. But I would think that you would judge him more harshly because he is British. And I know it's a French word, right?
But yes.
still,
I
Europe.
was trying to find anything. Like any possible reason. Because he's got the very... forward speaking voice when he talks. But even then, when you say gra, that's with the British accent, you should just say gra. It sounds like I'm roaring. But you know what I mean? It shouldn't be grass.
So, okay.
That's not even, what?
So how he said it
Yeah.
with the coup de grace. So...
Okay, that's...
No. Do not defend him.
No.
Do not defend him. You've already given him the moniker. You've already given him an ignorant
Yes,
slut.
but
You
it's
can't
not
take
as
it back.
bad as I thought, because when you texted
Go back
it,
and listen to it.
You said...
Go back and listen to it.
When you texted me, you said all emphasis on the ass part of it.
Because that's all the emphasis was on the ass.
Is it s or ass?
Ass. Really? You're going to try to fight me on this?
Look, yes!
And then a
He's my
silence
husband!
falls.
Go back and watch it. But you've already said he's an ignorant slut, so you can't take it back.
Because even before this, I had told Shelby, I was like, I'm really having a hard time because I don't want to pick Dream again. Just for whatever reason. But yeah, when she messaged me that, I was just like, no, I have to call him out.
Okay,
he's my husband. I have to call him out. He's husband number, 3?
You're being a good wife by doing that, okay? Because that's what you need to do. You need to call them out on their bullshit.
Yep.
And when they're saying stuff wrong.
I'm calling you out on your bullshit.
Do it. He needs to know.
That's wrong. And you should know better.
Go back and watch it. And you can determine. But
y'all should see my face. Like, I'm so devastated.
She's so upset. She's so upset.
And then...
So, my ignorant slut.
Yes.
It's Velveteen, y'all. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming. I can't even build it up like it's Velveteen.
Yeah.
So, all of the accusations aside.
Yeah.
I felt like his choices were bad.
Yeah, that's true.
I really
That's true.
did. Like, I said it before. As an actor, you need to commit to your choices.
Like, pick one.
And if you're going to be the crazy 100% of the time.
Yeah, that's valid.
Don't dip back and forth between gimmicks. Like, if you're going to come out crazy out the gate and leave crazy.
Be strong and wrong.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's fine. We can work with strong and wrong.
Yeah, not meek and,
wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, it's not fun to watch, and it sucks because he's good. He's a good wrestler. I wouldn't say great, but he's a good wrestler.
Yeah. He sells pretty decently well.
Sometimes over, but
Yeah.
excuse me.
Gesundheit.
So yeah, and I mean that just really bothered me because
That's valid.
honestly, I
say that a lot. Sorry.
What?
I've been saying valid like 20,000 times today.
Your point's valid.
That's
that's
valid.
how I take it.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked sloppy.
Yeah.
The flailing around, like, it didn't work for me.
No.
So
that's a good one.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like to give it for obvious reasons, but it was kind of obvious.
Yeah, absolutely.
I tried to build it up and it didn't work. Okay. You just knew.
Well, since I went first for Ignorant Slut, it is your turn to go first for EST.
Okay. So this one was hard.
Yeah.
Because
really,
it was hard for me to choose just even one match to pull from. Because everybody came to work. Everybody showed up.
Absolutely.
And so really, after going back and watching it again, I'm giving it to two people. I'm giving it to Finn and Kyle.
Okay.
Because
almost did the dogs right on.
It was going to be Candace.
Okay.
But going back and watching it again and knowing what we know.
Yeah.
And knowing that they just pushed their limits and
Yeah.
could have kept going. If Finn's jaw didn't break, I feel like they could have gone and could have given us even more.
Yeah.
And that being said, like, and knowing that, that's why I gave it to him. Because and I had to give it to them both.
No, absolutely.
Because
they both did incredible work.
it was crazy. Like,
It was awesome.
I mean, the fact that I said it's like my favorite Finn match, like I can't not give it to him.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, those are my two. And because I put down, showed up, they gave us the best match possible at their own body's expense.
Yes.
Like, I don't know what more you can ask for from a wrestler.
Yeah.
Like, it was awesome.
I get worried about glorifying it sometimes, but this one was different because they made it work within the storyline.
Yeah, I get that. I feel
get a little worried about that sometimes.
It can be a slippery
but
slope because,
yeah.
I mean, I feel like with AEW, sometimes that's a slippery slope with them because it feels like you're just seeing gore for the sake of seeing gore.
Yeah,
But, like,
Cody's a little trigger happy with that, but yeah.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
but I feel like in this instance, it was an accident.
No, absolutely.
You know, like,
absolutely.
they both did not go in there with the intent to bleed.
And then they had the perseverance and the strength to keep going for as long as they did, even after that. Like, I mean,
Kyle got injured midway through.
I'm sure he was probably swallowing so much blood while doing that match. Ooh.
Yeah, all over the place.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are my two. What's your EST?
I was jokingly going to put the two beautiful jobbers that were the
Security guys.
No, I wasn't going to do that.
I mean, hey, they executed their spot very well.
Very well.
Yes.
No, they were not the EST. I mean, y'all, I haven't watched an entrance like that in God knows how long. Since Edge. I have to give it to Ember.
Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah.
I have to. I mean, I tried to sit through every match, but you're right. Everyone came to play. So, overall side note, everyone came and nailed this takeover.
Everybody wins.
They did. But the moment that was just, like your heart is pounding, like you're getting goosebumps, like that moment where it really is just, this is why you watch, was watching Ember take off that helmet. Mm-hmm. That was just amazing to watch, to see her have that amazing, smile in her eyes and, the I'm gonna mess you up face. Oh, I loved it. I loved it.
I hope that she could hear the pop that she got around the world.
The screeches that came from your apartment were just
from my apartment alone.
Just our apartment. Yeah, our apartment.
It's yours too.
I live there.
It's
fine.
fine. Gina looks at me after it happens and she was like, I'm so sorry for your neighbors. I'm like, I'm not. That was awesome moment.
That's a whole other story of that too. Can of worms.
No, but even that aside, like, that was a fine moment. And if they wanted to come up and be like, guys, did you know that Ember Moon just came back?
Yeah.
Like, did you know?
Yeah, this is really important.
Like, this is really important. Like, it's fine. It's okay. We're all fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely my EST.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
I think those are all warranted.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go back and watch Wade Barrett say coup de grace and you want to fight me on it, it's fine.
Well, I might fight you in person too. Back off. What's that? I'm going to need you to get all the way off my back.
Oh, I'll get right off that thing.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Absolutely. Just bringing it all the way around.
All the way around.
Okay, well, I think that was a fun one.
That was great.
I think it helps when the pay-per-view's good,
What a concept.
I mean, because I feel like sometimes lately, you've just been trying to slug it out, just trying to get through it and talk about all of the bullshittery, but I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
That was fun.
Like, it was fun.
It was a great match.
Yeah.
Great set of matches. Everything was great.
So David, what's coming up next for Long Walk Podcast?
Well, in the next week or so, we'll be coming out with another off-topic episode of Long Walk Talks, and then later in the month, we'll be doing our continuing Quentin Tarantino Quarantino discussion, where we're going to be talking about the film Inglourious Bastards.
Never seen it. Need to watch it.
It's my favorite.
And then
Love that one.
Oh.
I have no idea what WWE pay-per-view is coming up later this month. Do either of you?
I do. It is Hell in a Cell.
That's right. We got Hell in a Cell coming up later this month.
It's interesting because Hell in a Cell is set for September 25th, which I think is like October 25th. I forgot what month it is. I'm still in
Quarantine.
I'm still in September.
It's fine.
So it's October 25th, but on Wikipedia, they said that NXT UK Dublin was the 25th.
Yeah, whatever happened to that?
Well, I've been watching UK for the past couple of weeks, and they have not mentioned a takeover at all. So I was hoping we would have 2 takeovers to cover in October, but I'm not sure.
So it's still possible.
It's still possible.
We'll see.
Knowing WWE and the way that things go nowadays, they literally just pull them out of their ass a week before.
Surprise!
And with UK, it hasn't been back for very long. It's only been 2 weeks since they came back on the air. Because they were gone 6 months because of COVID.
Yeah.
Like, because all of England just shut down and they weren't allowed to do anything. So they weren't allowed to record, and they've just been sitting there for 6 months.
Golly.
Which, I mean, their cases are down, so there's something to it. But so I hope that we will have one. I feel like I say this at the end of every recording, and then I have no idea when we're coming back. So I hope that we'll have another one, but we'll probably, I know for sure there's going to be one in December. But we'll probably have to do that one later because it's on the day I leave for my honeymoon.
Oh.
So
Well, there we go.
We can't Skype you in over your honeymoon?
I'm committed, but
No.
I'm gonna be trying to stuff my face with some Cajun food. So
New Orleans.
that's the plan. Please, God, don't have anything happen because
You need this.
I need this. I need the trip. So I honestly think it's like December 6th or something. So
Gotcha.
If we don't have UK Dublin, or Takeover Dublin, then we'll definitely have one in December. But I hope we're back before then. Yeah. Because I like doing this.
Yeah. Well, I would hope so.
Yeah. But yeah. So.
Well, Gina, if people want to follow you online or reach out to you, where can they do that at?
Yeah, my Instagram is at Broadway Baby, so Broadway_baby1218. Yes, I'm gonna giggle at it every time, but that's what I came up with.
It's cute.
It's cute.
You came up with it in college, so it made sense, right?
Oh, high school, but
never mind.
Yeah,
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. You know, flames all around me. It's fine. But yeah,
over
and
my face?
Yes, all over my ears. My ears.
Sorry, I tried to quote one of Katie's favorite lines and I just butchered it. So I'm so sorry, Katie.
Flames out the side of my head, right? Out of my ears. Sorry.
Flames
Sorry,
on the side of my face.
on the side of my
There it
face. Yay!
That's
Look at that botch.
That's it. See that on Botchamania this week.
Botch. But yeah, so Instagram, that's really pretty much it. I'm dabbling in the idea that you had earlier, but we're going to see with just how life is working, because I still do work a lot. So.
Getting off of the Facebook?
Well, no, coming up with a new Instagram.
Oh, well, yeah, 'cause
So-
I will have to too, but it's okay.
Yes.
All right. And Shelby, if people want to follow you online, where can they do that?
I am mainly on Instagram at SlayAllRay. All one word, all lowercase. I may just keep it. It's a cool name.
No, it's perfect.
Yeah.
And because I can't fit Patterson in there.
No.
And also, Slay All Patterson doesn't have quite the same ring.
No.
Right, it really doesn't. So
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna keep it.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
fair.
I'm SlayAllRay, all one word, lowercase. And again, I'm not really on Facebook anymore. Everything that I put on my Instagram goes to my Facebook, but I can't tell you the last time I actually opened the app.
Yeah.
And yeah, those are the 2 places you can find me.
Very nice. And if you want to follow me personally, you can do that on Instagram at DB Hensley. I don't post a whole hell of a lot these days.
But you have 2 adorable puppies.
I do, and I post a lot of pictures of them. But if you are on Facebook and you want to follow this podcast, you can follow us by searching for Long Walk Podcasts. And if you're on Twitter, you can follow us on there, where I post very infrequently.
But still follow us anyway.
Yep, at Long Walk Podcast. And if you have any thoughts or questions, or you want to reach out to us, please do so by emailing me, david.longwalk@gmail.com.
All right, I think that's going to do it for us.
Whoop, whoop.
So for This Is a Takeover, I'm Shelby Ray Patterson.
And I'm Gina Belmont.
And just so you know, you don't have to be called up to the main roster. You're doing fine where you're at.
All right, everybody, if you enjoyed the show, please make sure to leave us a rating and a review on whatever platform you are listening on. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.